We're back and still alive, barely.
Barely hanging on.
I want to look up the percentage of things. I don't know if they would put it in just America or the world or whatever, but look up the percentage of people who actually do everything they say they're going to do. My guess it would be less than 10%.
Oh, I bet it's less than that.
You think it's less than 1%?
I bet
it might be 1%.
I bet it's like around 2.5.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So, because honest to God, no matter where you are, what job you're at, not just here and everywhere, but you sit down and you go, okay, so everything should be stacked up and ready to go, and nothing is. It's just, what the hell?
Yeah.
We'll just go and ad-lib everything. What do you say?
That's perfect.
I think it's a good thing. Anything important go on overnight?
Yeah, we went and hung out with a bunch of people on a
I want
boat.
to hear about your boat life.
I know.
I was talking about important things.
You don't want to hear about Tim and Lisa?
Oh, I heard Tim and Lisa were very nice.
Tim and Lisa,
Niemeyer.
Niedermeyer. Remember, we called him Niedermeyer earlier. Niedermeyer, you. What did we call him?
Niedermeyer, but no.
But Niedermeyer, you worthless piece of shit.
Oh.
It was something like that.
Oh, yeah, from Animal House.
Yeah. I was like, I would never say
Pledge pin? Yeah.
Pledge pin.
Yeah.
They were so lovely, and they have a dog named Riggs who they're obsessed with. And they're like, yeah, this is our new son. Riggs is our new son.
Oh, let's see. That's good.
And that was super fun. And I talked to Doug Sprinthal, and he's going to be on today.
Dougie's going to be on today.
And I learned a lot of boat terms I didn't want to learn from Bilski, and then got quizzed and was very wrong about them. It was super fun. Chris Ron was hilarious.
Well, let's not start calling the salespeople hilarious.
He was really funny.
Yeah.
No, Chris is a great guy. He's a very nice person. Do I have an intro for Doug that I'm supposed to do? I mean, it's not till 9 o'clock. It's not that big a deal, but...
Yeah. What's his name? Patrick sent you one, but don't worry, I can have it printed off for you.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I have a new computer, and my mouse is not working, so that's a real thrill. But what are you going to do? I've had bigger problems in my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It all works out. Okay, so let's hear about the boat trip. So I could not go. I was supposed to go on the boat last night with Catherine, but Catherine now has what I had for 11 days. I finally got through it after 12 days now. I don't know where the hell this even came from. I don't know where I got it, but I just got this. Maybe my daughter-in-law had it first because she didn't feel all that great. But now Catherine has it.
Yeah.
And the only problem with Catherine being sick is Jude acts like a psychopath.
Right.
Because he knows something's wrong, but he doesn't know what it is. He's acting like I come near her, he starts growling at me.
Really?
Yeah. Because he and I get along really, really well.
Yeah.
He's a lovely dog, but she is the queen of the earth.
Yeah.
And you don't mess with the queen of the earth, apparently.
Apparently.
Honest to God.
And you did give her this disease, so he's not wrong.
I did not give her anything. I hid out in my room trying to avoid it.
She took it from you.
You know, the family all came over on, what was it, Saturday, I think? And I had to stay in my room the entire day because I didn't want to give it to the little kids.
Oh, well, they probably gave it to you, to be honest.
No, I think it was a grown adult. I think it was.
I'm saying kids will have a little sneeze, and then they'll give it to adults, and it's like death becomes her.
Death becomes her.
Yeah, if you thought you were sick now, Brittany, wait until Gogo ends up in kindergarten. Because
that's what daycare is.
Yeah, I mean it's super petri. I mean at least it seems like it's a little bit more contained during that. But once they hit school, it definitely kicks in a high again.
That's what we're going through now. So since she's in she's in New Horizon daycare, and it's great, but they give you everything. So this last year we've gotten everything.
Sure.
It's great.
Yeah,
and they say that if you do daycare, a lot of times you can avoid that initial start of kindergarten of getting sick off of that because they'll get some of it that first year. But kids are disgusting.
It's really negative.
I love her, but she's disgusting. And she pooped in the bath this morning at 4 a.m.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but did she vomit into the bowl?
No, she missed the bowl.
Well, see.
That's why they put her in the tub.
Yeah, that's a good idea, by the way. Yeah. A sick kid, put him in the tub.
Just contain her. Yeah. Okay, so you're asking about the boat.
No, you were telling me about it. I wasn't asking about it.
You literally just said before you went on the thing about Jude, you were like, okay, give me the rundown of the boat.
That's right after you said, let's talk about the boat.
No.
Go back to the beginning of the show and play
I
it
love
again.
it.
We're
Go back to
3
the
hours
beginning
away
of the
from when I'm able to do that, but we will go back and we can listen to it.
There you go. Okay, so anyway, so you're on the boat. Everybody showed up but me.
Yeah, we missed
Oh, no.
you.
Mike Bryan didn't go either. I know
Michael
that.
Bryan didn't know. No, it was wild because it's called the Mimi.
Mimi.
So you walk out and there's all these giant boats, and you're like, well, where's the Mimi? I'm sure it just says it on there. And then you look a little farther, and it's the biggest one there.
Doesn't surprise me.
It was insane.
I believe that boat holds the record for the largest boat north of like the Mason-Dixon line or something weird like that.
Yeah.
There's some sort of a title that it holds because every year when it goes past St. Louis, it becomes the biggest yacht in like the northern hemisphere. Something like, I can't remember what it's.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There's a book in the boat that's on one of the tables that explains what record it holds. But it's beautiful and it's been around since I think 1977 was the year they
really?
built it. Yeah.
Which
didn't
is,
know that.
yeah, Rudy was talking about how wild it probably was back then to just get on that boat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because back then it was just like everybody had like 14-foot Lunds with, small little engines on the back. The fact that you had this, monolith floating on a river nonetheless, not even the ocean, but bringing it up a river.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a lot of boat anxiety driving up because Justin was a last-minute add-on because of some of the cancellations.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie had messaged like, hey, does your husband want to go? And I'm like, yeah, we don't do date night. That sounds amazing. And we're driving up, and I was like, you're wearing shoes that are boat appropriate. And he goes, what are those? What are boat appropriate shoes?
Tennis shoes.
So while he's driving, I'm like feeling the sole of his shoes.
Oh, yeah.
If it has rubber, and it did, it was fine.
Well,
But
he's not going to rig the joint. He'll be fine.
no, but like that was like on the invitation everywhere.
Oh, was it really?
Yes. Boat appropriate shoes. Do not scuff our shoes. No high heels. It was like, got it.
Who would wear high heels on a boat?
Right? That's true.
Oh, wait a minute. A hooker would.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. It's true.
If she
So
made
it was a
it
great time. Now, Mimi is, I believe, Ginny's grandmother.
Yes. Oh, no, is it her grandmother, her mom?
Mom, I believe. It
Yeah.
was
Her
mom.
It was the wife, yeah.
It's Stanley's, the
Stanley
current
the second?
Stanley's
Oh, the current
Yeah.
Stanley's wife.
wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I found that out
Okay.
as well there. But yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we just kept a lot of laughs. Our people that are attached to the show are just funny. We're just having a good time. And again, I got a low bar. We get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting for
Yeah,
us.
that's true.
But this was insane. It was just a fun night.
So you had a little dinner on there.
A little dinner, a little salmon, a little beef.
That's the ticket. Well, I'm glad to hear you guys had a great time. Because now you didn't get any of the rain, did you?
Just a little.
A little sprinkle here and
Little
there.
sprinkle.
Not like what it was in town, because I heard it kind of got a little crazy.
In parts of town,
Parts
yeah.
of town, yeah.
That is true. But I was watching the news last night at 6 o'clock and like, oh god. But then they said it would just kind of sprinkle and
Yeah.
so good. It just didn't bother you guys at all.
No, and I love that Bilski. He cracks me up.
Bilski, don't tell anybody you love Bilski. Now I got to hear it all day.
I do. I hugged him and his wife like 5 times before he left. He just makes me laugh. He'll just go from the side, random like across the boat. Brittany, what side of the boat are you on now? And I'd be like, port, starboard, like, and he's just a fun guy.
Is Port left?
Port, well, yes.
So you don't know.
No.
In
Port
other words, she
is-
has no idea.
Yeah.
Port is left.
The only reason I'm saying that is because port and left have 4 letters in them. That's why I think I remember that.
That's
starboard.
Well, now that's the way I'm gonna remember it. So hopefully that's right.
I think that is right. Port and starboard. I think starboard's right and port is left. I think. But I'm not sure of that.
Let's see.
We're going to find out right now.
Yes. Port is left.
Popeye!
So port is when you're staring out towards the front of the boat.
Yes.
It's to the left. That's
Yes.
port. Okay.
Yes.
That's port.
Good to know.
The only way I remembered is as long as I didn't move, I was on starboard. But then I moved, and then I forgot where I was and what was going on. So,
The boat's that big that you forgot where you were?
yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Do you guys remember that time during the 80s, that trope of swab the poop deck?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody had to swab a poop deck when we were kids. I was like, how many poop decks are there? There's so many poop decks.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea. I just remember Bugs Bunny being dressed up like a captain
Yep.
and going, swab the poop deck. I was like,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. I
That's
don't even know what one is, but now I must swab one.
I will swab away.
Yeah.
There you have it. Swabbing. I have no idea what a poop deck even is, but so I'm glad you guys had a good time. All the advertisers were there. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah.
I know a couple of them couldn't make it. Like I said, Michael Bryan couldn't make it, I know, because he had to work last night. But I didn't make it either because Catherine and my lovely wife, is,
Don't forget to mention that.
don't forget to mention that part of it. Yeah, she feels terrible now. It's got
Poor Catherine.
I know.
You gave her it.
Somebody gave it to me, though. I didn't invent it.
That's true.
So that's the best part of it.
You're not patient zero.
I am not patient zero. I just looked at something and I don't understand what the hell. Is this true? Burger King has a new burger. You know about the new burger at Burger King?
No, I do not.
Burger King's newest burger, and burger is in quotation marks, is a bun with 20 slices of cheese. How is that a burger?
So it's just cheese on cheese on cheese and cheese and cheese?
Apparently.
Different styles of cheese? Is it all one cheese?
Let me click on it because, yeah, I mean, that's just the headline. So,
yeah.
So it's a grilled cheese just with a lot of cheese.
this almost seems like an April Fool's idea someone in marketing turned in late. So corporate said, screw it, let's just make it a real thing. Burger King is selling a new burger in Thailand that's not really a burger at all. No, it's not a burger, not really. It's just not a burger at all. They're calling the real cheeseburger, calling it that, but there's no meat, just with a bun with 20 slices. Oh, all 20 slices are American cheese.
It's all American. I want to see a
correct.
picture of it.
The worst cheese.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't like American cheese either. It's why is it's too doughy? Or what is it?
It's weird and gelatinous, and it's just chemically made, and it's any cheese that has to come in an individual single wrapper. I don't like any of that garbage. Gross.
It does have a single wrapper.
Yeah.
This is insane. That is insane.
Yeah, why would you eat that?
That is absolutely unhinged. That is like a drunken mess. That's something you would make in the middle of the night. It's just a burger with a pile of cheese in the middle.
But there's no burger.
Yeah. I meant to say it's burger bun with
Burger
pile
bun,
of
yeah.
cheese in the middle. Wow.
Yeah, no thanks.
I like a cheese sandwich. You know, it's a good thing, but I don't know, 20 slices. How many calories are in it, does it say?
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's got to be 100 calories per slice. Isn't it? It's got like 2,000 calories or something.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably around the 1,200 area. Although, listen, a hot ham and cheese every now and again.
Oh, hell yeah.
dude.
But what, like 2 cheese pieces tops?
Yeah.
That is a different deal, yeah. No, there's no question, ham and cheese. Well, a cheeseburger, love cheeseburgers too. But I don't, just a flat-out cheese sandwich, I suppose I could eat one, depending on what the cheese is, but it wouldn't be my go-to.
I can't find the exact, but they're saying literally 1,000 calories worth of unnecessary processed cheese. This was an article, so I don't know what the actual calories are.
So that would be 50 calories per slice. I imagine that's probably about right.
Yeah, I would think so. A piece of cheese, right?
About 50 calories, something like that. You got to see the photo to appreciate how much cheese it is. 20 slices, roughly a pound. It's a pound of cheese.
You know who'd love this? Sansevier.
Oh, Sandy would love it. You're right. You're absolutely right.
He would take the bun off.
There is a photo that you showed me. Unbelievable.
That's insane.
The photo in their ad makes it look melted, but there's a YouTube video of a guy eating one. It looks like they barely even heated it up. For its initial run, they're only charging $3, but they'll eventually sell it for... Okay. A bun with 20 pieces of American cheese. They're going to sell it for $11.
What?
Why? No way.
Do their burgers even cost that much?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think a Whopper's like tops. I think you're paying like $4.99.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just for the burger, not the meal.
But this is in Thailand.
Yeah. So you do the conversion and...
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like they plan to make it permanent menu option in Thailand. No word on whether they're bringing it to the U.S. or not. But you can already get one if you want. Just order a cheeseburger, no ketchup, mustard, pickles, or meat, and ask for 19 extra slices of cheese. Once again, maybe in Thailand that's a great thing. I have no idea why you would want that.
I love that they're like, okay, we're going to have it be discounted at first because you're going to love this. Like, we'll give it to you for $3 first, but then you'll eventually, you're going to want it for $11.
No, I think you're absolutely right. It just, it makes no sense.
Why do we expect so much out of a country whose main sport is Russian roulette?
Is it really?
Have you seen some of these? I mean, that's why there's guys who go to Thailand, is to do stuff like that.
To shoot people?
No, well, they bet on...
they bet
on themselves being able to get through a round of... Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, there's ladies shooting ping pong balls out of orifices and Russian roulette and cheese sandwiches. Thailand sounds amazing.
Oh, so it's not exactly Russian. It's not really Russian roulette where you kill someone.
No. But you pull the trigger on yourself.
But what does it shoot you with?
A gun.
So you could kill yourself.
Absolutely.
In this game?
Yeah, that's the game. The game is everybody puts in some money, and then you spin you put one bullet in the chamber, you have 6, and then you spin it, and then you click it over, and you put the gun to your head, and you pull the trigger. And if it goes click, you win.
Okay. Good for you kids. Have fun.
Yeah. I mean, I know what Russian roulette is. It's just hard to imagine somebody actually going and playing it.
Oh, when you got not a lot to live for. I mean, listen, I guarantee Hunter Biden has been in a game of Russian roulette at some point. You know?
I can see that. I'd have to agree with you. He seems like a Russian roulette kind of guy. That's the other thing. So I'm sitting at home, making sure that Catherine's got everything she needs and all the rest of it. You cannot watch 8 hours of television. You can't do it, or at least I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tried. I tried to watch John Wick, which is 3 hours long. I got about 10 minutes in. Did you guys see that movie?
No.
I've seen all the John Wicks except for the last one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got about 10 minutes in. I went, this is a 3 hour long movie? I don't know. I got to watch it at some point, but I couldn't get through it last night.
I don't feel like you're ever going to watch it.
It's too long.
Yeah, I just feel like life is so short, and why are you going to watch a movie you're just not that into? And it's okay.
Well, everybody tells me it's really good, though.
Yeah.
And I do like Keanu Reeves, a great guy.
Well, be clear, Bob Sansevier just tells you often that how great it is. He loves that series.
Yeah, so does Michael Bryant.
Yes. And I can't remember, did Lammers like it as well?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, too.
I think you do.
All right, that's enough people. You're right.
It is funny that we'll spend 3 hours scrolling through Netflix and Amazon Prime and Max and not find anything to watch. But if we're like, you make me sit down and watch something for 3 hours? No, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I
agree.
am so quick to put on a TV show. Like, that's just where we're at. I've been rewatching a lot of Veep.
Veep?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's her name, Julie Louis-Dreyfus?
Yes, you would love it.
No, I wouldn't. I can't stand her.
Oh, I love her.
Everybody loves her. She is one of the most arrogant human beings on the face of the earth whose father is a billionaire.
I think she's hilarious.
Tough breaking into the business for you, was it?
Sure.
But, you can't condemn her for that.
I'm not. I can do whatever the hell I want,
That
sister.
is true. You can.
You heard me.
You can.
No, I understand. I liked her at first on Seinfeld. I don't know. Although I got to be very honest with you, I watched Seinfeld. I liked it. I like things about it. But as far as loving it, I never loved it like other people did. I thought it was okay.
I feel like, it's one of those things where if you can't watch too many in a row because you go, it feels very formulaic in some ways.
Yep.
And you go, but when you watch a one-off here and there, especially as you get older and you have the same problems like they have, you go, okay, this is kind of funny.
Well, when they put it on Netflix, I sat down to watch the entire series, and I feel like watching it back to back to back to back, it makes you appreciate how crazy every single one of those characters were, especially George Costanza.
Oh, yeah, they're insane.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like almost like they get goofy at they're such caricatures of themselves, and that's why I would have trouble watching a lot in a row. Mm-hmm. But I could see that fun watching that arc.
The Frogger episode when he's trying to keep the Frogger machine alive.
Yes.
I watched that with my mom, and my mom said, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know why this is funny. And that was the first moment where I went, you and I will never see eye to eye on almost anything in life. If you don't like that episode, I don't know if I can. I can't break bread with you anymore, Mom. You don't find this Frogger episode of Seinfeld hilarious.
And you haven't seen her since.
Not since. Yep. Cut ties.
All right, we got to take a break here, ladies and gentlemen. Right back right after this. Mike has an amazing offer for our listeners. It says my listeners on here, but I changed it to our listeners. What do you think?
Thank you.
On his Giza Elegance My Pillows, you will receive a Giza Elegance My Pillow for as low as $19.98. Regular price is $69.98. This My Pillow comes in 4 levels of support. You'll also receive deep discounts on all My Pillow products, such as My Pillow towels, mattress topper, My Slippers, and so much more. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio podcast square to receive Mike's amazing offer on the Giza Elegance My Pillow for as low as $19.98 and use promo code TOM. This offer comes with a 10-year warranty, so you know it's going to last. It's a 60-day money-back guarantee, too, so you have nothing to lose. That's the whole point there. It's time to start getting the quality sleep we not only want but need. Go to MyPillow.com, use promo code TOM to take advantage of Mike's special offer on the Giza Elegance My Pillow. That's MyPillow.com, promo code TOM.
Boating season is here, and many of you will be hauling a boat to the lake this summer. At Bradshaw and Bryant, we encourage you to keep yourself and others safe by obeying the laws of the lakes. Keep in mind that children 10 and under are required to wear a life jacket at all times. It's also good to make sure everything on the boat is in working order before heading out into the water. Alcohol causes thousands of boating injuries every year. Remember that the captain is responsible for the crew and cannot be over the legal limit. And please, not only be aware of other boats in the water, but keep an eye out for water skiers, tubers, and jet skiers. I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant. Please do your part to keep yourself and others safe on the lakes this summer.
You can find Mike Bryant of Bradshaw and Bryant and at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. Mike Bryant, seeking justice for the injured.
Working harder, going farther, with Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on brand new Bennington pontoon from the Power Lodge, of course. Enjoy sunset from the water. That's one of the things I used to love so much. Entertain the kids and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud, of course. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. You've heard it before. Brittany wants to be a Klingon if we buy a pontoon. I am going to buy a pontoon. I will tell you the easiest way to have a bunch of old friends come out of the woodwork is to own a pickup truck or a pontoon. I became way more popular with my friends and family when I owned a pontoon. Enjoy the best days of summer on your favorite lake in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey. Miller Marine in St. Cloud is the largest Bennington dealer in the entire world. Throttle therapy on land and water, powerlodge.com and millermarine.com. And please do tell them that Tommy sent you. You need to know a guy for your auto repairs, legal issues, banking, and more. The same goes for investment advice. You need a guy to help you be successful, someone you can trust, who gets results. Well, I got a guy for you, Josh Arnold. Josh gives you straight talk, not sugar-coated advice about your financial situation. Josh has seen it all when it comes to economic and market conditions, and Josh can make sure that your retirement objectives match your investments. Do yourself a favor and call Josh now for a no-obligation, 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll get a different point of view for your investments. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That is 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did. And tell him his guy, Tom, sent you.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. Tom Barnard is a paid endorser.
You know, there has to be, I don't know if there's a God, but there's got to be a God. And I hope there is, obviously. That'd be nice, goodness, and all that stuff. But if there is a God, why me, is all I have to say. Because I was going to bring this up to you guys. Egert Burden, one of my favorite performers of all time. Mm-hmm. Egert Burden and the Animals, phenomenal. Just fantastic, right? Okay. I'm listening to WDGY on the way in, which is on 107.1 HD2, which is my talk, right? Yes. That's HD1. HD2 is WDGY. I've been listening to it. Ray Eric's been appearing on there lately, and I think the world of Ray.
Love Ray.
Ray's a great guy. So I'm listening, and I did realize again after hearing it on the way in, particularly at 6 o'clock in the morning, I love you, Eric Burden. Appeared with us in Vegas one year, nice guy. You know, not the huge personality, but a nice guy, right? Remember the song When I Was Young by Egert Burden and the Animals?
I would have to hear it.
You probably don't remember because it's really old. But it is the worst song he ever did. He is so bad in that song. It is unbelievable. And why they ever released it, he literally goes, no, 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 no. I'm like, oh, God. You've got to hear this song, how bad it is. So I had to hear that song and you singing on the same day. It's torture.
Wait, I was singing?
Yeah, just now you were.
Wasn't I so talented that you didn't even know if
yes,
it was me or the...
That's exactly what it was. Oh, yeah, that's the song right there, yeah. We can't hear it, though.
Let's see. Looks like I got it here.
Yep, that's it.
Not bad.
At 10. I had a bad yen.
Oh my God!
Isn't that
That is really
horrible?
bad.
How horrible! I love Eric Burden and the Animals. I mean, I'm sorry, but their career was magnificent. But they had to play that song this morning on the way in, and I'm like, oh, why me? Why? But go to the end of it because it's the worst part of the song. If you can go, just go to the end of the song. The last 30 seconds is all you're gonna be able to take. Here we go. Gets worse. Here it comes.
Oh boy. This kind of reminds me of when Manson put out those songs.
Yes. Oh, that is so correct.
Good call. Eric, what were you doing, man?
Wow.
No.
But he misses notes in that song. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he misses notes by about a foot in that song.
I like the basic like rhythm, like I was 10 and I smoked a cigarette. It was like that's so bad.
I want you to know how global I am by including the sitar in the song.
Yes. Where can we get a sitar player? First of all.
See, this goes back to my Hall & Oates theory.
Oh, yeah?
About how it is that you can have songs like You're Making My Dreams Come True and Man-Eater in the same catalog. Making My Dreams Come True is such a great song. It's poppy and it's finger snapping, and then they do Man-Eater, which is a huge pile of steaming crap. But the Animals also great jam. But then we also have to have the Animals going no. Yeah, no thanks.
When I was 10.
But I got to go on my sitar. It was wonderful. Thank God the sitar just disappeared. God, it was what, the 70s, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, the Beatles were like one of the first to really sit down with it and put it in mainstream songs. Then everybody had to do it.
Deborah wrote in saying he must have been high when he recorded it because that's what it sounds like. And I think she is on to something.
I think you're right.
And it's funny too. It's like that's when you need people like you in my life because you would be like, "This is shit. Stop what you're doing." But I bet you they're surrounded by a bunch of people that are saying,
ass.
"Yeah, oh great, yeah, you should totally. That rhyme scheme works absolutely. Everything's great."
Do you think he was drunk when he recorded it?
No, I think he was absolutely on shrooms or something. There's
Well,
got to be like
he's
a
high
high
then.
factor.
Drunk
Yeah.
or high?
Yeah,
Okay. I accept that.
I accept it as well.
We'll go with drunk or high. It has to be one or the other.
Yeah.
Eric, make very clear, just in case somebody sends this to you, I love you. You're a supreme being, the rest of it. Why they ever released that song. I know they were trying to get hip with the sitar and all that, but it's like, oh, God.
You know, I think Eric knows it's shit too, and he's fine with it.
How do you start off with "There is a house in New Orleans"? How do you start there and end up with that piece of crap?
Yeah, I don't know.
God, "House of the Rising Sun" is one of my favorite songs ever.
It's so good. It's such a specific vibe that like nothing else fills that void.
Yeah.
A specific vibe.
Don't you love? I could write a song.
Listen here, Maharshi.
The specific vibe. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Don't you have to go home?
Yes.
Was that Deliverance you were just playing?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that
We were talking about Deliverance on the boat last night.
Why? What were you talking about?
Because we were talking about, Pat got us down some weird rabbit holes.
God.
And then he was like, well, you can't deny it's not a great movie. I was like, it is a great movie, but I saw it far too young that it made me so sad because I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
Yeah.
Like the rape scenes.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, but like, you know, and he was like, yeah, but you can't deny it's a great movie. I'm like, I'm not saying that.
Now, which movie is this again?
Deliverance.
It was okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but I just remember being like, the scenes were so sad it didn't make up for, the action scenes didn't make up for it.
Remember what he said to the guy when he was going to rape him?
You got a pretty mouth.
Squeal like a pig.
Squeal like a pig, you got a pretty mouth. Both of
Yeah.
them. You're both right.
Oh,
Well-
see, that sticks with you. Like, there's no reason we should be able to say lie. It stuck with me. I was
Yes.
like shocked.
Would we be talking about Deliverance if there wasn't a squeal like a pig, you got a pretty mouth, and then some hillbilly playing dueling banjos? We wouldn't be talking about
No.
this movie unless those three things existed. It wasn't that great of a movie. It's
right.
fine, but
Yeah, it was okay.
yeah.
Burt Reynolds was in it. That was a big draw of it. Was that one of his first big movies?
And that was mustacheless Burt Reynolds, by the way.
Was it really?
Yeah, so it was kind of people really hadn't like settled in with Smokey and the Bandit yet. At least I think the timeline that works out.
I think now that you both know him, the family went and ate dinner on vacation in Florida about many years ago, because Bert's been dead for a long time now. So we sit down, and the server walks over and says to Andy, "Boy, aren't you a lucky young man?" Andy at the time is maybe 14, 15, something like that. So it was about 20 years ago, somewhere in there. He's sitting there, and the guy comes up, or it's a woman actually, "I can't tell you how lucky you are to be sitting where you're sitting." He goes, "Why?" He said, "You know who was sitting there just before you got here, literally just a minute ago, who was sitting there?" And he goes, "No." She goes, "Burt Reynolds." Long pause. "Who's Burt Reynolds?"
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Andy has no idea about that kind of stuff.
Oh.
That server's like, "Oh, no, you don't even..."
She wanted him to be so excited.
That's such an Andy thing.
I know. It's hard to... Is Andy impressed with anything?
Very little.
Yeah.
Mathematics. He's very impressed with mathematics.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. He loves that. I got to check the weather here. Mostly cloudy with passing showers and thunderstorms, but no severe weather today, so that's good. I should probably check and see what time they're talking about, maybe with these. Okay, so we're good. About 1 o'clock. Oh, well, there's only a 10% chance, though. All day, there's only a 10% chance at 1 and 2 o'clock. So it might not rain at all today. And if it does, like I said, no severe weather. High 78. Evening shower, then clearing and comfortable. Low of 59. Mostly sunny, a little warmer showers possible at night with a high of 83 tomorrow. Then Friday, scattered showers and thunderstorms likely. No severe outbreak expected again. Why are they bringing that up now in the report, that they have to tell you there's no severe weather coming?
Yeah, that seems really weird. Like,
it does, yeah.
Can't you say that every time? Like,
I would think.
But what if they added, like, also, no drought today?
So you were on the boat last night, but there was no severe weather. Is that what you're saying?
Like, it's just it's very suspicious add-on. Like,
It
today's
is.
going to be great. No tornadoes. Oh, okay.
Good. Glad to hear it.
All right.
Yeah.
Glad to
Is
hear
that
it.
a
No
threat?
tsunamis coming your way today, Minneapolis.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah, like, are you threatening us right now?
Glad to hear it, that there's no severe anything. But yeah, right now it's cloudy and 63. Later on, 78 for the high. A passing shower is possible, but not a big deal at all. So it looks like the weather's going to be pretty good. Pretty decent anyway, correct?
We'll take it, yeah.
We shall take it indeed. So anything else in the news I didn't really see any. I keep grabbing my mouse here and it doesn't work, and I got to
know.
remember that it doesn't work.
There's this new trend I want you to look at.
Okay.
I threw it in Tom's news stories.
All right, I'll click on it right now.
Star Trib wrote on it about tooth gems.
Tooth gems.
Yes,
Oh, there it
it's
is. I see that.
Big in the Twin Cities now, and I just want to know what Tom Barnard thinks about tooth gems.
Okay, I'll click on it right now. Is there a picture of a tooth gem?
Yes, sir.
I kind of thought there would be. Redirecting me to the Star Tribune. Boy, this is working really, really well, I'll tell you. Okay, tooth gem trend hits Twin Cities. Regulation is like, so what do they mean by that? Regulation?
I don't think there's a lot of like rules on who can put these on.
Oh, that's never a good idea. Okay, my computer is a disaster. It keeps changing constantly. There, now I'm back at it. So this is not like back in the day, like gang leaders would put a diamond in one of their front teeth.
Sure.
Right? Is that what this is?
Pretty
believe
much.
so, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
much.
okay.
They have all sorts of colors, and it's like pretty much bedazzling your teeth. They pay thousands of dollars for training in tooth whitening and tooth gem application, and then they can use it to apply tooth gems to people with little to no like certification.
Well, great. So you could let somebody drill into your tooth that's not certified to do it?
Yeah, I
No,
don't.
thanks.
And like, I mean, I saw somebody on the bus when I was going to Taylor Swift. I saw somebody on the bus with a tooth gem, and it actually looked. And I hate to say this, you're gonna hate me. It looked kind of cool.
Boy, we are in different generations. aren't we? There's
She
no
looked
doubt about
cool.
that.
She looked in general was cool.
So she had a diamond in her tooth.
It was like, yeah, on
So
the
she
center.
made sure everybody could see it.
Yeah, it was like on the center on her teeth. Yeah.
You mean between her two front teeth?
No, No, on
Yeah,
center mass on a tooth, but it was like a side tooth, like a canine.
Yeah, you never want to do like boom. Because that was like, you had want it a little off center.
Yeah.
If you have it too in the middle of your mouth, it's too distracting.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just say this, because this is where we're trying to get, at least this is where I'm trying to get into life right now. That is not something I'm interested in. It's not something I would ever do. I think it's really stupid.
Yeah.
But if you want to do that, good for you. You got your life, and I'm happy for you.
At the end of the day, I absolutely agree with you on this. I have no interest in this at all.
No.
I'm so scared. Like, I want my teeth to be taken care of to the the level that I need them to be. And I feel like adding glue to the teeth is not where I'm at in my life.
Well, it's not just glue, though, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Drilling and glue, right?
I don't know if there's drilling.
Well, it has to if they plant it in the tooth, if they implant it.
It's like an adhesive, an orthodontic.
Oh, so it's not a real gem then.
Adhesive.
It must be something like they use for braces, like when they put braces on. Because when my daughter had her braces on, they put like a little gel on there, and then they apply the brace, and then they put the wire through. So it must be something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not really a gem then. It's just a fake gem.
Well, I don't think it's a diamond. I think it's just like something glittery.
But I mean, it's not a whole, like a gem you would consider to be maybe about a 1/4 inch thick at least, or something like that.
No, I think these are like flat. Like this
They're
is like
flat,
what if you were gonna bedazzle your jeans kind of thing,
Yeah.
but smaller.
But see, once again, I would never do that. But if you want to do that, I'm happy for you. But most people now would go, "What the hell are you doing that for, you moron?" It's like, settle down.
Guess the price of getting one single
$2,000.
Say it for me, Swarovski crystal. Say it right.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Swarovski? Is that what it is?
Swarovski?
I don't see it in the story.
Like, are you having a stroke? Are you okay over there?
Yeah, God.
My goodness.
I know how to say this, but I can't say it right
Is it in
now.
the story?
Yes. It's
Where is it in the
you guys.
story?
It's like those fake crystals.
Yeah.
Swarovski.
I think it's a Polish kid I went to school with. Swarovski. I'm almost
That's
certain.
I think what it is.
I don't know. I don't see the word.
I can't say it if I'm reading it.
Okay, calm down. There are other people in the room. Where do you see the word? Oh, she's doing. No, she's doing.
Yeah, I would try to help you on this, but I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Cubic zirconium I probably screwed that up, it sounds like. Zirconium.
Swarovski.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, Swarovski.
Yeah.
Swarovski.
I can't say it. I
Bilba.
refuse to try again.
Bilba, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I have to say.
But guess how much money it is to get one
I'm
crystal?
saying 2 G's. No, it's only 50 to 80. That's good.
I know.
That's all it. So it's a fake diamond.
Yeah. I don't like that. Listen, I agree with Tom. If you're going to be like a drug dealer, I want you to get like a center punch. I need a 3/8 drill bit.
Yeah,
I want
absolutely.
a wing nut on the back of that tooth, holding that stud in. I want some actual work here, not just you just gluing, bedazzling your teeth. That's garbage.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
And so it's just to look attractive, to look cool. Why are they doing it?
They look cool.
So it is to look cool.
Yeah, everything's to look cool.
I'm looking at it right now. This one, they're showing this person has 5 of them.
Oh dang.
That's a lot of fake diamonds or Swarovskis or whatever. Swarovski.
And then when you accidentally swallow them, do you look for them later or no?
So do you think a lot of people do swallow them because they fall off?
Oh, I bet they fall off.
Yeah.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt that for a minute that they. That's really nice. You're wearing something that just falls off your face.
Yeah, eventually, right?
It's not a good idea, do you think?
Just,
Now, I do remember people doing that when I was a kid
Sure.
in my 20s, but those were real diamonds that they put in their teeth.
yeah, this is definitely not. And the thing is, those crystals you can get things, you can buy like phone cases with them on. But they're really good looking.
Oh, okay.
Swarovski.
Swarovski.
Okay, don't hurt yourself. Stop, please.
Swar of ski. Swar of ski.
Not doing it.
Well, but if you
Swar.
break it up, it's swar
Swarovski.
of. Not off, it's of.
Ski.
Of Nagila. Come on, let's dance. It's a beautiful day. There's no question about it. Yeah, it's not something I would do, but again, I would like to remind people, whether somebody's older than you, younger than you, whatever, doesn't mean they're always wrong. Just because it's probably a lot younger people that are doing this now, I would assume.
Yeah, I think it's your 20s.
Yeah, good
People
for
in
you.
their 20s. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Like I said,
Fine with me.
we were talking to a girl on the bus, and all of a sudden she like smiled and laughed because she was going to Taylor Swift the next night, and she was all excited that we were going, and she smiled, and there was this like it was cute on her. But I also feel like she was just cool. You know what I mean? Like there was like a part of her where if she was holding like a dead raccoon, I'd be like, I guess that's cool now, and I'll do it.
Okay, now, have either one of you ever spoken face-to-face to someone who's wearing a grill?
Yes, it's super distracting.
It really is.
It really is.
That, ladies and gentlemen, so in case you don't know, is a brace that's lined up with fake diamonds, and you literally clip it up into your upper teeth.
Yeah, it's a retainer.
Yeah, it's like a retainer. That's exactly right.
I've only been around people that don't have exactly a lot of finances that wear it.
Retainer money?
Yeah, retainer money. And so they can never talk right. And so it's very distracting to watch them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like a super well-fitting one that I'm sure is thousands and thousands of dollars. I just go, you sound like an idiot right now.
MC Whitey, you got a little drool coming out of the side of your
Yeah.
mouth from that bedazzled retainer you got in your face. Pull it out.
That's it, exactly. You just reminded me of my mother, by the way.
The retainer money.
Oh, the money part.
That's
Everything
so
was,
funny.
Hey, Mom, do you think we go to, where am I going to get movie money?
That is
Everything was this money, that lunch money, movie money, that money, retainer money.
Hey, Mom, can we get all this? Can we get frozen yogurt? Where do you think we're gonna get frozen yogurt money?
That's what it is. That's what it was.
Love that.
I can't ever imagine saying frozen yogurt to my mother, shooting on, what the hell are you talking about?
Shut up.
Like, what are you talking about? We should probably take a break here because we got Kristyn Burtt coming up in just a couple of seconds. Thank you to North American Banking Company for being such a great... do I have to say this about Bilski?
Yeah, I like him.
I'm basically sucking up to Bilski in this ad.
Why not? He's fun.
It's terrible.
Just do it.
Thank you to North American Banking Company for being such a great partner of the Tom Barnard Morning Show. I've been banking there for years, and I highly recommend you do the same. North American Banking Company is locally owned and operated, which means loan decisions are made here in the Twin Cities, not shipped out of state. This helps business owners solve problems and expand their businesses with confidence. And I can take a pause here to tell you that I've worked with Mike Bilski for years, and he has done exactly what he said he was going to do with these very things. He's really, really good at it. They offer the same online and mobile banking options. Well, maybe the people that work for him are good. Maybe it's not Bilski.
Yeah, I don't even think he shows up.
Yeah, maybe. They offer the same online and mobile banking options as other banks, of course, but with the unparalleled service of a community bank. When North American Banking Company first opened in 1998, they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience for their customers, where you know your banker and they know you. Well, a lot has changed since 1998. This commitment to being a true community bank in the Twin Cities has not. There is no shortage of banking options in the Twin Cities. If you're tired of being just a number to your big national bank, be sure to check out North American Banking Company. Find them online at nabankco.com. That's nabankco.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on brand new Bennington pontoon from the Power Lodge, of course. Enjoy sunset from the water. That's one of the things I used to love so much. Entertain the kids and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud, of course. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. You've heard it before. Brittany wants to be a Klingon if we buy a pontoon. I am going to buy a pontoon. I will tell you the easiest way to have a bunch of old friends come out of the woodwork is to own a pickup truck or a pontoon. I became way more popular with my friends and family when I owned a pontoon. Enjoy the best days of summer on your favorite lake in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey. Miller Marine in St. Cloud is the largest Bennington dealer in the entire world. Throttle therapy on land and water, powerlodge.com and millermarine.com. And please do tell them that Tommy sent you. Entirety. Do you hear that?
Entirety. Well, I can't
Not
say
in-
Swarovski, so what do I know?
Swarovski.
Thank you.
Swarovski, yeah.
Swarovski.
Hey, stop smiling. I don't want to see the diamonds in your teeth.
This is a lot of orthodontia.
That's what it is. Okay, well, it works. How you doing, sister?
Doing well. We're about to have a strike here in Hollywood, so
Yeah, Jesus. Is it
yeah.
Friday?
Yeah, It's what's crazy today is it's actually Emmy nominations day. So we're going to be like, yay, it's the Emmy nominations.
Oh.
And in 12 hours from now, we will be on strike. You will be on strike too, Tom.
I will be on strike, but that business is nowhere near what it used to be, so I don't even care. I really don't. I mean,
You're not starring on your next sitcom?
they, honest to God, no, I'm talking about voiceover and all the rest of it. They changed it so much now. It's nowhere near what it used to be. It's too bad. That's the whole big problem with groups of people coming together to make decisions, because they, instead of improving things, they always make it worse.
Yeah, I think what we've realized is the unions really don't hold the power that they used to
No.
50, 60 years ago. So
No, they do not. Well, this is all about the big shots in Hollywood. They're going to make all the decisions, right?
100%. And I think what's interesting, though, is that the actor strike scares them. The writer strike does not scare them. And the news that came down last night is they are going to bring in federal mediation to negotiate the actors strike. So they want this to be very short.
Oh, okay.
However, they are willing to let the writer's strike go at least until September, October. And there was one quote in Deadline that was ridiculous. They're like, we're fine if they lose their apartments or their houses, because we figure they have about 5 months of money and then they'll cave.
Oh my God. So you get kicked out of your house, and that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Oh,
according to one studio executive who dared to say that quote. I was like, how horrible of a human being are you? But that's exactly what happened in 2008.
Yeah.
It got to the point where a lot of writers lost their homes. And we were also in the middle of that awful real estate crash, too, back in 2008.
Right.
So it's obviously going to go past 100 days. The last one was 100 days. To reach 100 days for this strike, it's going to be like August 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, somewhere around there.
Oh, God.
So we're almost at 100 days. And, adding 2 more months to it sounds pretty awful, because it's, even if the actors resolve their contract issues, let's say in 2 weeks, that's not going to bring production back, because we still need the writers to write all of the fall shows. So we're all going to be feeling this pain come September, because Fox yesterday is like, scratch our scripted programming for the fall. It's all going to be unscripted. So we now have CBS unscripted, Fox, and ABC. The only person who hasn't caved is NBC.
Really? How about CNN? What are they going to do?
CNN is just going to spout a bunch of news 24/7 and hope you're watching.
So Fox News, that's not going to affect them at all, because they're...
No, it won't affect any of them. In fact, my friends who work at Fox, they're not even unionized. They're not a part of SAG-AFTRA, which I thought was...
Really?
Yeah, I was
didn't know
shocked by that. And it's interesting, because our local Fox is SAG-AFTRA, but Fox News, because my friend works for Fox Entertainment, not union.
That's interesting. Well, whatever, I guess they do what they do. But yeah, it's really unfortunate that everything now, and I mean every single thing, is about money. Money, 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 money. My God, people.
Yeah, and the AI. And I think that this is, people
that's
should be
true.
paying attention to this, because this is not the only industry that AI is going to affect. We're just one of the first people to have to really deal with it, with the strike. It's hitting every single industry at some point. So pay attention to how this gets resolved, because it's a little scary.
Well, the good thing for like morning radio now, and I'm talking not talking podcasting, but morning radio, they'll just be able to have a piece of machinery tell horrible jokes.
That's right. They
That'd
can
be
make
good.
all those fake phone calls and be like, you were cheating on me. What is it, Ryan's Roses?
Yes, yes.
Ryan Seacrest does Ryan's Roses. And people are like, I can't believe that happened. I'm like, you realize that's a sketch, right?
It's a joke,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I was on a show like that for a while where they'd write bits and they'd get actors and all this stuff. And I remember I was listening to it one day. It was like a replay. I was listening with my daughter's mom while we were together, and she was super into it. She was like, "Can you believe that? Where did you guys find this person?" I go, "You do realize this is all fake. This is entertainment for dumb people." And my daughter's mom goes, "Why'd you have to ruin it for me?" And I was like, yeah, you're right. Why am I poo-pooing all over this? If you like it, it's like when I was a kid when my mom would go, wrestling is fake. It's all fake. I was like, so what? I like it. Who cares?
Right.
Get off me.
The injuries are real, honestly.
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. That's very true. So do you think this will go long term? The strike?
Yes, and in fact, we are at a point, even though they're announcing the primetime Emmys today, they're already talking about, we're not having the Emmys on September 18th as planned.
Yeah.
So Fox wants to have it in January of 2024. The TV Academy wants to have it in November. And I mean, and this is to give you an idea. Like, this is what's so crazy about it. It's even like planned as to when like the strike is going to end. It's like the TV Academy has insider news that it's going to end by October and we'll be all set and ready to go by November. And it's weird how like everyone's on the same page of like, yeah, this is the time frame of when it's going to end. I'm like, how crazy is all of that? But Fox is a little sad because they rotate networks. You know, one year it's on ABC, the next year it's on NBC. It's Fox's year, and like this is the worst year to have it on your network because it's going to cost them a lot of money to have to push it.
Right, exactly. I have a question for you because I was talking to a friend of mine who's in the voiceover business now. I mean, Rudy is now as well. I don't do much anymore, but I didn't realize that they've regulated it as much as they did. You used to be able to make a lot of money in voiceover, and it takes a lot longer to make a lot of money in voiceover now than it used to. They don't pay anywhere near as much as they used to.
No, and I tell everybody that wants to get into it, there's two ways to make $1,000 in this business. You can do one ad for $1,000, or you can do 10 ads for $100.
Yep.
You still make $1,000, but more than likely, you will have to do 10 ads for $100 before you do the one for $1,000. Are those $1,000 ads out there? Absolutely. Are those $10,000 ads out there? Sure. You will get one every 7 years. But for the most part, you just chip away and just do $50 reads every day. I do like 4 $50 reads every single day and it's always the same thing. In 60 seconds, you get paid nowhere near what you used to.
Right.
But at the end of the month, if you're willing to like grind it out and put some work in, you can have a nice little side hustle going.
No, it's true. You could make some decent money, but literally back in the day, you would have clients like I did Gatorade for 5 years.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one at a time. I literally was the voice of Gatorade for 5, 6, 7 years.
And you were getting residuals off that too, right?
A lot of residuals.
Yeah, you're not getting residuals, are you, Rudy?
No, not. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? No, I got hosed in a Pepsi deal that I should have made thousands of dollars on, and I got paid $125. And of course, when I went to my agent and went, "Hey, what's the deal, man? Like, this shouldn't be going. I shouldn't have my voice in 15 different states when I cut this for one state."
Right.
And they just MP3'd it to like their other regional buddies, and they stole the ad.
Yep.
And he's like, "Yeah, how about we just let this one go?" I'm like, "No, we don't let this one go."
Yeah.
Because the next time it happens, you're going to say, "Just let it go." And that's what.
No, you need a new agent.
No, absolutely, yeah, no, I canned that agent. It wasn't much longer. I haven't worked with that person for a long time now, and because of that.
In their I don't know them, but in their defense, this woman I was talking to, an agent in Chicago, and she said, "Tom, you wouldn't even like the business anymore. You just wouldn't care for it."
Nah, it's so different.
It's really sad.
And we had SAG-AFTRA had a major commercial strike back in 2000 that lasted 6 months.
Oh.
And that was the worst strike. We wound up getting like pennies on the dollar with that contract. And a lot of commercials wound up going non-union and they never came back.
Yeah.
And that is the big deal. And I'm sure that carried over into the voiceover industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, why do they mess with it? It was so beautiful and perfect back in the day. And it's, once again, why did they change it? Because they want all the money.
Of course. And it was, if you booked one commercial, you could live off of that for a year. Honestly.
You could,
if you booked a good McDonald's, a good Coca-Cola commercial, $100,000.
Why'd you bring up
with
McDonald's?
residuals and everything else.
Why'd you bring them up?
Now, you are lucky. If you make $12,000 off of a national commercial in a full year cycle, that's a good day at the office.
You did that to me on purpose, didn't you?
What did I do?
Bringing up McDonald's. Some of my
Why?
most painful experiences in voiceover history.
Oh, no. What happened?
I was the voice of McDonald's for the 1984 Olympics. I think it was the 84 Olympics, right? And everything's great. Yeah, it was the 1884 Olympics because I got married and I was up in Canada on our honeymoon. And I came back and I was going, "Catherine, we're going to make so much dough off of this. It's going to be unbelievable. God, we're going to rake it in." I'm walking through the airport and I see all these headlines. Remember, they used to line up the paper boxes in the airport hallways. A guy goes into a McDonald's in San Diego and kills, 19 people? Those commercials never ran. I got 0 because it's like, you son of a bitch.
Wow. Why did they pull
It
the
wasn't
commercials?
McDonald's. It was a maniac.
Well, exactly. I don't know, but they pulled all of the commercials. They just didn't want their name out there because it happened at a McDonald's, I guess. Obviously it wasn't their fault, so I agree with you. Why would you pull your commercial?
Yeah.
I remember the little girl, the focus of it all was, her name was Sally Bell. Sally Bell. is in the Olympics or whatever the hell. But yeah, that kind of stuff. Way to bring up McDonald's. Way to go, Chris.
Painful loss. I'm sorry. And for those people, I mean, you'd never want to go to McDonald's again after the McDonald's. It was called the McDonald's Massacre, wasn't it?
It was. Absolutely. Absolutely, it was a McDonald's massacre. What was the guy's name? Herb something? I don't remember. Anyway, let's move on to happier thoughts, shall we?
Happier times. What's happier in this world?
It is true. Kristyn, I have to ask you a question. I already brought this up to Brittany and Rudy today. Well, I didn't really bring it up. We talked about it shortly. I sat down. I love John Wick 1. I thought John Wick 2 and 3 were not very good. I tried to watch John Wick 4, which everybody tells me is phenomenal, but I don't know if I can. 3 hours, Kristyn.
I heard you made it 10 minutes.
I made it 10 minutes. Well, thank you for listening. We appreciate that.
I do. I listen in the morning while I get my face ready so I don't scare you.
But, oh, yes, you're a real scary-looking person. I forgot how homely you are. Jesus. What an ego.
It is scary, I promise you. I wake up and I'm like,
It is. Okay, never mind. So, in any case, I will watch it, but am I going to have to watch this in like 3 1-hour episodes?
I think so. I think that's probably the best thing for you. Just,
too long.
You know, an hour here, go have a snack, go to bed,
Did you ever
watch
work with?
another hour the next day.
you
Just
ever work
find a
with-
nice, good, convenient spot to cut it.
Did you ever work with Keanu Reeves?
I haven't. He, you know, everyone I know who has interviewed him just has the best
Phenomenal.
things to say about how sweet he is.
I remember the Chucker on KQ interviewed him one time. The Chucker did these fake interviews. Power 92 with the Chucker. He made up this fake disc jockey voice and all the rest of it. Keanu Reeves thought it was hilarious. Instead of being pissed off about it, he thought it was hilarious. He went with it. He was just a great guy about it. Isn't that nice to hear?
It is nice. I mean, he's someone I don't think who takes himself too seriously.
No.
He doesn't take his fame
Right.
too seriously.
Yep.
He's really good to his fans. And, you know, and he has a girlfriend. I think her name's Alexandra Grant. And she's got this beautiful, like, gray silver hair. And people who were like, at first were like, why is he dating this old woman? She's his age. He's just dating someone his age. And he's like, this is my beautiful lady. Like, he's always supported her and, like, really got people to, like, just back off. Is he supposed to be dating an 18-year-old like other
Right.
gross people in Hollywood?
Well, that's a good point, actually. Oh, one more thing about the Chucker interview with Keanu Reeves. He goes, I want to hear all about your new band. It's called Dog Show. He goes, no, it's Dog Star. Yeah, Dog Show. I heard it was phenomenal. Absolutely magnificent. And the people in this room, I can tell, hate the man who does the Chucker just because there's no reaction whatsoever.
No, I've heard this before, so I was waiting for. I didn't know if Kristyn had heard this before.
What?
I hadn't, but it's one of those situations. I'm not into like the disc jockey that does all the voices and the shtick, as I call it.
Well, it is shtick. You're absolutely right.
It is. I'm like, just like talk.
He was
like,
really good
just
at
be
it, though.
normal. Something must have happened good yesterday that you can talk about.
Well, I mean, this was a bit, though. It was
Yeah.
not him all the time. It was a bit that he did.
It was
Yeah.
it was done pretty well because it was always like now it's the Chucker. It wasn't like throughout the whole time.
No,
for sure.
No, it was really, really good. But in any case, the whole point of the discussion there was the fact that Keanu Reeves is a very decent human being.
And he went with the joke.
He did.
Yeah.
Him in the Wonder Years kid.
Fred Savage.
Fred Savage.
He was phenomenal.
They out of all the people that the Chucker called and gave a hard time to, they both just went with it. Like, yep, all right.
And wasn't he like 10?
Yes, he was very young, and he was like, you could
Really
just
young.
feel the eye roll, but he was like laughing with him.
Fred
Indeed.
Savage's level of comedy is so good. He did a short-lived TV series with Rob Lowe called The Grinder.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny, and it just never found an audience.
Really?
And I cannot believe, it didn't last. Or I think like it was like right before the streaming days, so I felt like maybe a few more. It was just ahead of its time. But now Fred Savage is canceled from Hollywood, so
Why?
there's that.
What happened?
He became a very well-known director. He was directing comedies and dramas
Right.
and doing really well.
Right.
But he started being very abusive on set to
Oh.
the actors, and he was working on the Wonder Years, the reboot that they did, and he was directing most of the episodes, and it became a toxic workplace environment that they had to fire him from the show.
Wow.
So he literally became like Brittany then. Is that what you're saying? Very abusive?
Yes. Toxic workplace.
Toxic workplace.
I can't believe you're sitting next to her.
I know. Why am I in this room? I don't want to be here. No, that's too bad because I always liked Fred Savage because of the Chucker thing, because he was 10 years old and he got the
Very
joke.
talented,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah, he
super talented. And his brother Ben Savage, whom a lot of people know from Boy Meets World on Disney Channel, and then the updated one, Girl Meets World, he's running for office here in California. So I guess he's taken a pivot from his acting career.
No, you got to do what you got to do. Now, as far as this is concerned, the strike you're talking about, so this is about wages for television and movie acting. Is that correct, or the money made?
It's a theatrical contract, so it's TV and film.
Right.
Besides residuals for streamers, because the streaming networks, and I think we talked about this yesterday, you get a lot more residuals if you're on NCIS versus if you're on a Netflix show.
Right.
But the other big deal is AI, and AI is a huge threat to Hollywood and the livelihoods of actors, writers. The directors don't seem to think that they are threatened by this, but they will be. And that's the big concern. And just so people understand too, publicists and agents have been advised, like as of Friday, I'm assuming the strike is happening, they actors can't even promote their movies or their TV shows. So if they have a TV show coming out next week, they'll be doing 0 interviews unless they were banked before the strike.
God, that's amazing.
Yeah, we had 2 interviews get moved up this week. We were supposed to do next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Booker's called and they're like, "Hey, can you guys fit this in on Thursday?" And you know, of course, obviously, I'm like, "Yeah, we'll make time." But yeah, you can definitely feel it. It's starting to come down.
Everyone's going to feel it. It affects people in just the strangest ways. And I'm trying to book interviews for certain things. And daytime actors for soap operas are not affected, but some of them are going to just sort of adhere to the SAG strike. And so we've had to move interviews around as well.
Do they still have a lot of, I guess they used to be called soap operas. Are there a lot of those still around?
There's 4.
4, okay.
CBS has 2, and they're probably the most successful with it. They have the most viewership for Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Bold and the Beautiful is a huge show internationally too, which is really interesting. And then Days of Our Lives has moved to Peacock. It is completely off NBC. And then General Hospital is still on ABC.
Okay, let me run this by you. When you said the name of that third show, a guy's voice appeared in my head when you said Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
So whose voice appeared in my head? You ready?
Go ahead.
Fred Sanford on Sanford and Son. Hey, Dad, hey, Pop, what are you doing? Watching Days of Our Lives. He was watching Days of Our Lives every day.
Oh, really? I didn't.
And then he would always he wouldn't go, I'm just watching Days of Our Lives. He had to go, Days of Our Lives. It was fantastic. What a talent.
Back when soaps were a big deal.
Well, they were. Didn't there used to be like 20 of them?
I think there were probably 13 or 14 at the
13 or 14,
height.
okay.
And some of them were 30 minutes long. They weren't an hour long. But, I mean, some of the big ones that people will remember, Ryan's Hope, Another Worlds, All My Children, One Life to Live, Santa Barbara, Capital, Passions, like those are all gone. And it was a really good living. I think that's what people don't realize. And, at the height of them, they were traveling, they were filming on location. They would do, they would have more of a regular TV schedule. Now some actors will have to do 30 pages a day. 30 pages of dialogue is a lot. They're cranking it out.
So is this because people just stopped watching them or they just got too expensive? What happened?
Well, the job market changed. A lot of women were at home. They were stay-at-home moms, and they were watching their soap operas.
Yep.
And that's kind of one thing. Women entered the workforce more, sometimes by choice, other ways by finances and by force, unfortunately. But the other thing is that reality TV became a really big deal, and the new soap operas are like The Real Housewives or Vanderpump Rules, and people watch it on Bravo at nighttime, and just our tastes and our appetites for how we consume TV is different.
I suppose that's true. Well, like yesterday, I stayed on with Catherine because now she got what I had. So I just
COVID?
Well, a lot of people are saying it was COVID.
I think you have COVID just because we have a huge strain going around here.
Well, mine's gone now. It's totally
That's
gone.
good.
It took 12 days to get rid of it, but now I don't know if Catherine has that. She just doesn't feel well. I know that, but There is no way that I could watch TV for 8 hours. There's just no way I could do that. It's like, man.
When I had COVID, I had it in May 2022. I didn't watch any TV. I couldn't even focus. I was just like in my bed, miserable.
No, that makes total sense. Absolutely. So we'll just keep slogging ahead, moving forward, as they say. But I mean, there are great shows. I mean, you guys told me about Barry. I started watching Barry. We're in season 2 now of that. That's terrific. Really good.
And that'll probably be nominated for a bunch of Emmys today. It's still one of the top shows. Yeah, it had its final season already, but you should hear a lot about it today. The Bear, Succession, all of the ones that we've talked about. These are going to have some big news after the nominations are announced at 8:30 Pacific time.
Abbott Elementary, will that be up there?
Abbott Elementary is in the mix.
Great
Yep,
show.
we love that show.
It's a really good show.
Yep.
Speaking of Barry, the guy who plays Fugues is kind of like his pimp.
Oh, yeah, sure.
His name is Stephen Root. He was the guy from Office Space. I was like, I can't find my stapler. That guy, yeah.
Yep.
So apparently he is right now doing a new version of King of the Hill with Mike Judge.
Ooh.
And it's not a version where they just pick it up where they left off. Every character in this is 15 years older than when the original aired.
Really?
So Bobby Hill is like now a restaurateur. He owns his own restaurant.
Oh, fun.
All the guys are 15 years older. They've gone through COVID. They're dealing with, the sexual explosion of people transitioning and then pansexual and bisexual. And they're trying to deal with a modern world, guys who are just 15 years later than King of the Hill, which I don't know if you guys watched. I thought that was one of the most brilliant cartoons that was ever put out. It is so funny and smart, and everything that was about it, it was perfect.
Say Bobby's name like he said it.
Like a Bobby.
Bobby?
Yeah.
He always went,
you meant like Hank, like, God damn it, that boy's whacking off in my tool shed. That guy, yeah.
Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby. That boy ain't right.
Bobby.
Yeah, that was a good show. It was a
Great,
very good show.
yeah.
It was so funny.
And we do need laughter now more than ever, so thank God for Barry. And Barry's not all about laughing. There's no doubt about that.
There's a couple
I
of...
always think the comedy categories are more like dramedy a lot.
Yeah, that's
Even
true.
like The Bear, I'm like, it's fun. It's not like ha 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 funny, I mean, there's funny moments, but there's a lot of drama to it.
I suppose that's a good... The writing's fantastic. There's no doubt about that.
It also, it's kind of like a spoonful of sugar. When you have a little bit of comedy mixed in with the drama. That's why I can't watch horror movies, just straight horror. I need a horror, what is the name? Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, you need that break.
The perfect horror movie for me because it's hilarious, and then on top of it, also there's some moments where it's pretty scary.
Yeah, I like that tension break.
Yeah.
You go, oh.
Yeah.
There's something about that it's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
See, Kristyn, all you do is make people's lives better.
I hope so.
All
that would
I'm
be my
saying.
goal. I don't want to make people miserable. I'm around every morning too. That'd be like, oh, KB's here.
Yeah, oh God, no, she's back again.
Not again.
Wonderful. All right, so I'm assuming Catherine is going to take a few days to get over. So I will start watching The Bear because I'm going to be sitting at home anyway. So I will start watching The Bear. I watched the first episode, didn't care for that, but we'll move forward.
I can recommend a docu-series too.
Ooh,
that's
good.
out today.
Excellent.
And if you've liked Full Swing, if you've liked the Formula One docu-series that Netflix has put out, Quarterback is out today on Netflix, and that followed Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and a couple other quarterbacks through the 2022 season. They had them mic'd up, and it's going to give kind of like an inside look. And I feel like nobody is doing the sports docu-series. And ESPN's probably not going to like this, but I think Netflix has really cornered the market on it right now, and they're doing a fabulous job. So I'm kind of excited to binge watch that tonight.
Okay.
And I don't even like football.
When Kirk Cousins is on there, does anybody talk to him about not wearing socks with your sandals? He wears socks with his sandals.
Maybe he gets blisters.
Oh, big baby.
Oh, blisters.
Sugar tip.
Right, when you wear a pair of shoes and you get blisters and your feet are hot and it's miserable.
I wear socks with my sandals. I just do it sometimes. It's so comfy, especially if I'm already wearing socks and I'm going outside and throw on my Birks. I'm fine with it, but I get what you're saying.
So Birkenstocks are kind of like shoes and sandals, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's transcended now, but I see a lot of teenagers wear dark tall socks, like,
Yeah, they do.
with their slides.
They do.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
always what I see. And the other day I saw it, and I thought this girl was wearing a cast because she had black socks on, and they were just so aggressive with these slides. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, I went on a date one time. I was wearing shorts, and I had black socks on that were pulled up. And when I got there, she goes, "Oh, look at that. You have your birth control on."
Oh, no.
I have never worn pulled up black socks ever again.
But that's a great
She
line.
was a comedian.
Hilarious. I was like, that's funnier than anything I'm going to say on this date.
That is so good.
Oh, look. I think whenever they go, oh, look.
Oh,
never good.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Did
are
you get a
gonna
second
do?
date?
No, of course not. She's funnier than me. I can't date somebody funnier
Can't
than
do
me.
that.
It's silly.
There'll be none of that BS. All right, young lady, we will talk to you tomorrow.
Absolutely. It will be, we'll talk about the Emmy nominations, and we'll officially be on strike. So there you go.
You're coming up on Thursday and Friday. Friday, the strike should happen. Now, is there a time of day? Would it be at midnight on Friday?
It'll be at midnight
Thursday
tonight.
night. Yeah.
Tonight. So it'll be
tonight.
Wednesday moving into Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Friday they were going on strike.
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
no. And
tonight.
if negotiations aren't close at all by
Okay.
like 8 p.m. Pacific time, they'll just call it like they did for the writer's strike. They'll just say, we're not close. You're on strike.
You want everybody to make a nice living, and that's not the argument I'm making at all. You want everybody to do well, obviously. But my God, it's a lot of money.
A lot of money on the line, and the studios are keeping it all to themselves.
Why? When are we going to stop with that? That I have to have all the money or I'm not showing up?
I would love a CEO, just one CEO, to be like, I'm not going to take the pay raise, or I'm not going to take the
Yeah.
bonus this year. Like, why are they making $450 million a year?
Well, there's a guy in town that runs a business, and I was talking to some friends of mine. Business is failing miserably, and he just took $1 million bonus.
Because he deserves it? I mean,
Yeah.
really, come on.
I mean, seriously, it's just because he's in charge. He took $1 million bonus in a business that is billions of dollars in debt. How are you allowed to even do that in America?
I don't know how people look themselves in the mirror.
don't
I don't
either.
know. I
I
just,
don't either.
maybe I have a little bit of character left in me.
Okay, I have to ask you and Brittany this. Would he only do that because he has a small wiener?
Probably.
See?
Sure. I think that
Okay.
as well.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
I like the vote. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow, Kristyn Burtt.
You bet. See you tomorrow, everyone.
Thank you very much. We've got to take a break here. Be right back. You go from Kristyn to Chris. What could be better?
Yeah, that could have been a scary transition with the small wiener comment at the end.
The man with the smallest wiener ever, Chris Egert, is... Oh, he's already on, too. He's shaking his head at me.
I for sure thought that's what you were going to say, and I was like, oh, God.
Nah, we'll be back with a man who's really packing. Chris Egert is his name, and we'll be with him in a second. I've been telling you for a couple of months now how happy I am with the mnfatloss.com program. Really has been easy and effective. I've lost 27 pounds. It just really hadn't been that hard either. I eat great food. I don't feel hungry. I have plenty of energy and enjoy this fantastic spring weather we're having. And I'm going into summer looking and feeling great. Right now, mnfatloss.com is offering an exciting summer special, $200 off now through July 30th. But really, don't wait until the whole summer goes by to get this program started. Go to mnfatloss.com for details on this special offer. If you want to find out the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks, just like I'm doing, and save $200 on the program, schedule your free consultation, save $200, go to mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com. Of course, results may vary, and always be sure to tell the team at mnfatloss.com that Tom Barnard sent you. Guys, I want to let you know about acoustic wave therapy protocol provided by my new sponsor, Twin Cities Premier Health. It's a non-invasive, non-surgical, highly effective, science-based procedure that creates an increase in blood flow and helps create new blood vessels by treating the root cause of most erectile dysfunction. Unlike using a pill to create a pharmaceutically induced erection, they treat the root cause of the problem. Age-related erectile dysfunction is most commonly caused by a buildup of plaque in the arteries that supply blood to the erectile tissue. Reach out to Twin Cities Premier Health like I did, and right now receive the special offer, a free treatment and a free consultation when you book today. That is valued at $800. 952-395-4346. That's my unique phone number, 952-395-4346 for their office, or go to TwinCitiesPremierHealth.com. And please be sure to tell them that Tom Barnard sent you. Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on brand new Bennington pontoon from the Power Lodge, of course. Enjoy sunset from the water. That's one of the things I used to love so much. Entertain the kids and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud, of course. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. You've heard it before. Brittany wants to be a Klingon if we buy a pontoon. I am going to buy a pontoon. I will tell you, the easiest way to have a bunch of old friends come out of the woodwork is to own a pickup truck or a pontoon. I became way more popular with my friends and family when I owned a pontoon. Enjoy the best days of summer on your favorite lake in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey. Miller Marine in St. Cloud is the largest Bennington dealer in the entire world. Throttle therapy on land and water, powerlodge.com and millermarine.com. And please do tell them that Tommy sent you. Ladies and gentlemen, news brought to you by Mr. Money Talk Josh Arnold. Call Josh for your free 48-minute financial evaluation. What are you waving at now?
I just waved at Chris.
You're a disaster. Let me just point that out.
You are very agitated today.
No, I'm not agitated. I'm just...
During this last commercial break, you say I interrupt and I'm not paying attention.
No, I said you type constantly when we're on the air.
But you also said I interrupt constantly.
Well, you do,
And
yeah.
I'm not listening or talking.
Which, again, like right now, you mean?
How can I do all of these things in one
You're
break?
a disaster. Chris, what do you think?
I'm not going to weigh in on this one.
Good call.
There you
good
go.
call.
Try to drag Chris into it.
Not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
No, I like flow. Flow is good. I don't like it when people talk over one another.
It's fair.
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's not a huge. It's not going to end the Earth. The Earth is not going to explode. It's not that big a deal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. The typing thing, little noises irritate me.
Yes.
Like tiny little noises, and that kind of stuff. It's so weird. Like it can be the most infuriating thing in the world, but it's like it's not like the person who's typing is doing anything malicious. Like
No.
It's
But
just whatever it is. Like whether. Oh my God, we were coming back from Chicago the other day, and I thought I was like going to actually like road rage and crash my car on purpose because my wife had headphones in, and so she couldn't hear what it sounded like, and she was reaching into this little bag of Lifesaver gummies. And she's like getting a Lifesaver gummy every, I don't know, it felt like every 4 seconds, but when she did it, there'd be this like crinkle sound.
So dramatic.
I was like, oh my God.
he's right, though.
So irritating.
I couldn't agree with you more. People constantly moving and doing all that stuff. But that whole deal where they're like tick, 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 tick. It's like, oh God, would you stop doing that?
Brittany, that's nothing against your typing, though.
No, it is. It is. No, it's directly against
I wrote
her.
like 2 listeners back. It was like 2 seconds of the time, but I move a lot. I'm constantly moving.
Yeah, so you should sit down there, I think, and I should put a big blanket up.
You know what? I think that's a great idea.
I do too.
I think I'll just go sit in the dog room.
Is there? Oh, there is a dog room. That's right. You're right. I forgot all about that. But no, it's a different world. There's no question about it.
Tom is getting over a cold, so everything is times 1,000 too.
No,
so.
it is not times 1,000. It's been 5 months, and I'm going to start making some changes.
I'm gonna start making changes.
Because the flow sucks. So that's all I'm saying.
My flow sucks. I never know when my period is. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Thank you so
high
much.
five.
Thank you so much for that.
Every time you say flow, that's all I think of is blood. So.
Well, I suppose that women would always do that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, we do.
When you hear the word flow, you would think about flow.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But see, when a guy stands up or a woman, let's say a woman, term of the company goes, if there were better flow, would you really, even though she's talking about the company and the way it's moving and all the rest of it, you'd still think about that, wouldn't you?
Initially, every time you say, well, you need better flow, we need better flow, I always think of period. Every time.
That's great news.
So you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now we got bloody flow going, and everything is magnificent. So, Chris is looking face down now. He can't take any more. That's all there is
Well, at
to
least
it.
we got off of the small wiener talk.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was down in the bathroom. Did they run an audio of me saying something? Is that
No, but as you guys were going to break, something was brought up about the corporate CEOs having small wieners or something,
Well,
and then you did not say anything, and then Brittany took it upon herself. Oh, I thought you were going to segue with speaking of small wieners.
Didn't it feel like that was going to happen, Chris? Be honest.
Yeah, but you did it anyway since you
True.
spoke it into existence. So it's not like it didn't. Yeah, I know.
Listen.
Way to go.
It's fine.
You've ruined the show now. The show's over. It's going to
It's all over. Pull the plug on it.
Yeah, it's true.
Didn't you guys know back in college his name was Chris Egert?
Oh.
As
Yeah.
in girth? Well, that's a long way to go for a joke, baby.
Well,
Holy
somebody had to defend the guy.
No, don't start defending him. Forget it. He's not in the building. He's the enemy.
Us small peen guys got to stick together, right, Chris?
Oh,
He's not
God.
agreeing.
I'm not joining any of your clubs. I don't know what you're talking about, but I refuse. I'm not going to die on that hill.
I'm an ally, okay? You guys keep doing what you're doing.
Has it been, Tom, has the show really been on 5 months?
5 months, man. It has been on. It started on February 23rd, actually. Well, it's almost 5 months, I guess. 23rd and is 11 days away.
Wow.
So somewhere in there. So
That's
I think,
crazy.
if I can get to 6 months and then just wander and walk the earth, I think that'll be good.
I'd like to walk the earth.
Wouldn't it be great if you could walk the earth? You have to have a lot of money to walk the earth, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the Kung Fu where a guy just walked the earth, right? That show?
David Carradine.
David
David Carradine. Yeah,
That was a good
just
show. I
walked
like
the
that
earth.
show.
Yeah.
That was his existence. I would like to do that.
All right, so what's in the news this morning? Anything important we should be covering?
No.
I don't think so. I didn't see anything, right?
No, it's a fairly quiet day to day in the news. I think there's been a lot of focus on all the rainstorms and everything that happened out east. Really, really, really bad flooding, and then everyone's going crazy because both the lotteries are going to be like super high. The Mega Millions and the Powerball, they're not record setters, but they're both going to be very close. So there's been much discussion about the old lotteries today. Do you guys play?
No, I never have. Should I play?
I mean, I don't know. What is it? $725 million for Powerball?
Dang-a-lang.
That ain't bad.
What would you do with that money? Okay, so we could go around the room. If you won $725 million, so after taxes, you walk away with what about? Well, first of all, if you take the money up front, you have to give back about a third of it, I think.
Yeah, I think you get like 300 something when it all is said and done.
300 after taxes?
Yeah.
Okay, so $300 million. Brittany, we'll start with you. If you had $300 million, what would you do?
Well, I wouldn't quit any of my jobs because I, believe it or not, enjoy them. And I would just move to a house, probably same exact lot, but closer to my jobs because I feel like that would be, I just want more time with my family. So like a nicer house, maybe in like Edina or St. Louis Park, somewhere where the drive's shorter. That's all I'd want in my
How long
life.
do you drive now?
It's only like 30 minutes when I go into KSTP, so it's not bad.
Oh, okay.
But I just think that's the only thing, because we and my husband talked about this. That's the only part of my life where I would like to improve is more time with my husband and my kiddo.
But the problem you got is the closer you move to the city, the more you're going to have to put up with.
Yeah.
They're not as safe as they used to be.
Yeah, I think it would have to be just switching locations, but not even either getting more land, but not a bigger house by any means, because we only have the one kiddo. So just something where I can facilitate more of that. But yeah, I don't think it would be some extravagant thing for me. Like,
So you're not going with Ben Affleck's house,
No.
125 bathrooms or whatever the hell it is?
No, I think my game plans are pretty lame. Like maybe looking at a cabin, but even that, I don't want my husband to be like doing the lawn at another place because I feel like we're constantly working on stuff.
Yeah, well.
So I think all I'd
true.
want is to facilitate more time with my family.
That's a good thing.
For that kind of money, you can have a grounds crew and all that.
I would think for $300 million you could probably do that. There's no question.
My dreams are kind of lame, I think.
No. Spending time with your family is the dream.
Yeah, I think that's all. And maybe like we'd plan a big trip somewhere and like invite a bunch of people.
Where would you go?
I don't know. We haven't even gone on a honeymoon, and we were planning to do it 2020. So we were just talking about that on the way home. Like I really wanted to pick your brain about where we should go,
Canada.
like next Canada, because you
love Canada.
You love Lake Bam, right? That's your
Lake Bam.
Or I mean, what is it?
Banff.
Banff. I remember.
Bam. Wasn't he on the Flintstones?
I just remember that sweatshirt you have. I always see.
Yeah, I had it on yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, yeah. Banff. You go Banff, and then you drive over to Lake Louise. You will think you're in heaven.
Really?
You ever been there, Rudy?
I haven't. No.
How about you, Chris?
No, I haven't. My partner Megan has gone there though several times. She says the same thing.
I cannot tell you how beautiful it is. Canadians tend to be very, very nice people. You know, I suppose they're not all that great, but no, you should literally fly. I mean, even back in the day where no direct flights, Kath and I would fly to Salt Lake City and then up to Banff because there were no direct flights, but now there are direct flights.
Is there an element of like swimming at all in warm? Can you swim there?
Oh God, yes.
Okay, cool. That's what I like really want to do is just go swimming with Justin somewhere. I don't know why.
You got all these cable cars that go to the top of very high mountains, and they're. Oh, the one thing I will tell you though, there's a glass walkway over a very deep canyon, a few thousand feet or a couple of thousand feet, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And there was a family from Japan in front of us, and when you walk out on it, the floor is glass. Or it's clear. I don't know if it's glass, maybe it's plastic or whatever, but you can see right through it. And their about 13 or 14-year-old child fainted because he looked down and realized he was standing 2,000 feet in the air, basically.
Is it terrifying? Or
For him, it was. No, it's not terrifying. I mean, some people would be terrified by that. If you're afraid of heights, you probably would not like it. But the great thing about that is the kid faints. He's out on the deck. And I go to try to help him out, and his dad pushes me back, gently.
Yeah.
And he said, no. They start taking pictures of the kid and laughing.
Okay.
I'm like, what? Your kid. So you're going to show your kid pictures of him passed out on the deck. You can see the valley below him. They're laughing their ass off. And then
That's funny.
I mean, he prevented me from trying to help the kid because, no, we're having fun here, get away. Yeah, there it is right there. He's got his camera. But yeah, I would tell all three of you, you have to, at some point in your life, go up to Banff. I think you have to fly into Calgary and then drive over. It's not that big a drive.
That'd be super fun.
I think you drive into Calgary. And Calgary's a great town, too. Saddleback Mountain is a great mountain, not that far from Calgary, that you'd love. I mean, you can go horseback riding up a mountain up there. You can do all kinds of stuff.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, I feel like, that would be just go on a fun trip. But I don't know, and maybe do some sort of dog rescue thing. But what would you do with all that money if you got it?
Oh, dog rescue, you've got the money. We're talking about going to Banff. All of a sudden, she's a dog rescue. I'm like, how the hell does that tie
I added that to my list of $1 million moves.
You forgot to mention the list again. So I was like, what the hell dog rescuing in Banff?
Yeah, I'll do both.
Well, you do dog rescue now anyway, don't you? I thought you did. Yeah.
Yep. But I think I would dedicate more resources to that. But what would you do? Because if you had all of a sudden $300 million, what would you do?
You would never see me or hear from me again ever.
I don't even believe you.
I would disappear. Oh, I would. I would absolutely disappear. Can you imagine the number of people a day coming up to you going, hey, I seen on TV how you got $300 million in cash. I'm in dire strait. That would never stop. You'd never see the end of it.
Are we one of those states where you have to say out loud if you won?
We are. We just changed our laws September 1st of last year. So we used to be a state where you had to give your identity if you won something bigger than, I think it was 10,000, where now you don't have to anymore.
I have a question for you. Why would I have to tell people what I won?
I don't know. I don't know if it's because it varied state to state. Because some states you could stay anonymous, but Minnesota was a state where you had to give out your name, and now you can stay anonymous.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Because that would be my. If I would take the money, I would get all my affairs in order, and then I would walk around to all my tertiary family members, the ones I don't see very often, who are kind of pains in the asses, who are always got their hand out, and I would just hand them all $500,000 and go, you will never see me again. Please do not call me. Please don't come to. No more bar mitzvahs, even though we're not Jewish. I'm just saying, no more bar mitzvahs.
Mazel.
You ain't come. Yeah, there's no grad parties. You're not coming to the wedding. Everybody, this is your $500,000. Do with it what you will. Invest it. I hope you make it last for the rest of your life because this is the only money you're ever going to see from me.
So how many people are you talking?
Probably like 20. I mean, if I got $300 million, I would probably take, the first $10 million and pay off family.
That's
so
good.
I never had to see him ever again. And then I would take my daughter and my closest family members, and we would live our best life.
You didn't mention your mother there.
I said closest family members.
Yeah, I know,
she would
but
come.
You said your daughter, but you didn't exactly get specific with your.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I bet if you asked my mom, she would say, I would take your daughter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right,
Uh-huh.
right. Okay, I understand.
If you win that, Rudy, will you just do a trip with me, Gogo, and Justin also to Disney?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
You
That'd be
still
great.
haven't been to Disney.
No, and I want to, and especially if you make that money. Like, I don't need the $500,000, but if we do a trip to Disney, I feel like I could get more out of you.
No, you're going to Disney World, not Disneyland.
Oh, for sure I'm going to Disney
Because
World.
Disneyland's kind of lame,
That's-
actually.
Yeah, that's what I asked Kristyn. Was it yesterday or the day before? I asked her, like, the differences. And she kind of gave, like, it was like, we know that Disneyland is shit compared to Disney World.
One thing, and I won this a while back, I had never experienced it before. They have tour guides at Disney World.
Yeah.
That will take you around, but it costs I guess the cost of it, if you're paying, is like $5,000. Like, holy Christ.
Chris, didn't you apply for that job?
No, but I did. We used to live in Orlando, so let me tell you what, I got all kinds of stuff to talk about with the Mouse House. But people would hire fixers, and the fixers could go in, and I have no idea how it worked, but like get them in front of lines, and all this kind of stuff. So I mean, it's such a ridiculous amount of money to spend to go there. I definitely get it if you had unlimited funds to have somebody, basically, it's like Wally World and what was it, a vacation. Like you get the whole park to themselves. Like it's not like that, but imagine that experience. It'd be much more enjoyable. That's for sure.
Okay, so far, the two people have spoken. Brittany and Rudy would help people. I give money to your family and say, okay, we're good to go there. Brittany wants to help the dog rescue and help people, all the rest of it. So what would you, and I would just disappear because I think at this point in my life, because at the age I am, I've helped enough people. You know what I mean? I still do, but there's got to be a limit.
That's fair.
So what would you do?
I would probably start some kind of like philanthropic organization.
There you go.
I always thought, and particularly growing up where I grew up, I always thought that the Native American population in the Midwest really kind of took a whooping back in the day and are still dealing with it today. And I would probably find some way to help better the communities in the Indian reservations. But don't get me wrong, I would be paying myself very handsomely.
Sure.
And
why wouldn't you?
I would be living, I would try to live a pretty nice lifestyle and help out family and friends and stuff too. But I feel like there'd have to be some like karmic way to sort of give it back in whatever way you can. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I want to have it too to spend it to be rich,
But no, you all three talked about sharing, which is a wonderful deal. My wife is obviously great with that. She's, we have a nice life and all the rest of it, and try to help as many people as you possibly can. So that's great to hear you guys all would help people.
The other thing I would love to do is get my pilot's license to fly organs for people organ donation.
Yeah.
Man, that would be so much fun. I mean, just getting that phone call like, you got 47 minutes to make it to Brainerd. You're like, I'm on it. It's like speed,
God.
man. You're cruising down Flying Cloud. You jump in the plane. They got the cooler. Go, go, go. You jump in. You take off. You land. There's a paramedic waiting for you. Like, that is the life.
Get the cooler to them, and they run off, and you just sit there breathing, and that's your reward. Is like that moment of silence. I'm in. I know you don't ask for a co-pilot, but you got one.
Thanks.
The greatest part of that is I see him walking in the room and showing it to the guy, and he goes, "Not that hard."
Yeah.
Ew, gross.
Ew, look at that kidney. Gross. Where'd you get this from?
Oh my God.
No gratitude at all.
Yeah.
You're 4 minutes late, Rudy.
Yeah, you're late, Rudy. Jesus. All right, so Chris, Any news we should know about? We only have you for like 6 more minutes there.
Well, the other big thing that came out, well, there's a couple things. Yesterday, the city of Minneapolis, after George Floyd, had commissioned a gentleman from Harvard to sort of come up with another plan to revamp the police department. And it kind of, that came out yesterday. It kind of seems like more of the same. And I don't know if you guys read into that all that much or not, but I guess what I wonder from the outside looking in is we've got like 3 or 4 different plans that the city's supposed to come up with.
Right.
I mean, that just, to me, just keeps creating more bureaucracy.
Right.
And I don't know how that like translates to boots on the ground.
Well, how would Harvard know anything about police work anyway?
Well, I know the guy who authored the report was originally from here, so there was kind of a local connection to it. I just, every one of these things, the Department of Justice report that came out a couple weeks ago, and all of them, it all just kind of creates all these different offices and mechanisms. Again, though, like just from a tactical standpoint, like to me, like when does this equate to putting more officers on the streets or more violence interrupters or whoever it is that's going to be out there? So I don't know. Obviously we'll see what happens, but that was my first thought on reading through that. It was like a 140-page report and basically talks about all these new things that need to be set up.
That's so amazing. Now, how many billions of dollars does Harvard have in the bank again? Somebody told me it's like $50 billion.
Right? They've got a very big endowment, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, they do. So they're going to kick any money in to help Minneapolis run better? Probably
I
not.
don't know about that. I didn't read that in the report.
I don't know that either. I just think you've got to stop. I don't know how the hell you work this out, but the crime is at an all-time high, and it's because people get on TV and chirp about, well, no, everybody should be able to just do whatever they want. You can't say that to some people because they're going to do whatever they want, and it ain't going to be good.
Well, I definitely get that in certain areas of the community where people don't want more police, like that, for them, that's not the answer. But I still, even if you believe that, I still think you need someone doing something out there who's going to be able to intervene and, creating more offices and bureaucracy, to me, doesn't solve that problem.
Doesn't do anything.
Right. It gives you another committee of people talking about it versus like somebody getting out and getting something accomplished.
See, what I would do instead of going to people from Harvard, I would go to people who actually grew up in a community like that. Well, what do you think we should do? Because I've not seen anybody ask the community themselves, people in the community themselves, well, what do you think we should do?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people that never come out of their house in some neighborhoods now because there's a danger of being shot every time you step out the door.
Well, and I think a lot of people are like, they're so frustrated with everything. And people are so frustrated with just government and bureaucracy in general. They sort of feel helpless as to like, well, what the hell can I say that's gonna change anything?
Yeah.
I think unfortunately a lot of people feel that way.
It's all true. I don't know. I just wish the gun violence would. My God, there are a lot of guns out there.
Yeah, I think as a culture, we're just nobody cares about other people anymore. Unfortunately, I don't know
I would agree with that.
I feel like there's a lack of. I think there's just a lack of regard for other, like human life. I mean, I hate to put it like that and like sound like it, but I don't know. You can talk of a billion different kinds of plans to fix X, Y, Z, but if people don't care about each other like they used to, what can you do?
You know what's so amazing? I just heard this song the other day on WDGY, listening to Ray Eric, Respect Yourself. Yeah, remember that song?
Respect yourself.
Yeah, that song. Mm-hmm. Really good. It's just listening to that song, they're talking, and that song's got to be, 50 years old, something like that?
Oh, for sure, I'd say.
It's got to have some age on it. But yeah, do we ever talk about respecting me because so you don't respect me because you don't respect yourself? Is kind of where we are right now. But I don't know why. We got to show more respect for ourselves and for other people, don't you think?
I agree.
Yeah, it's always, no matter what you do, it's wrong. It's like, oh, okay, well, thanks. I feel much better about myself now.
We did have a nice story this morning out in in Silver Lake, which is about an hour west of the Twin Cities, where the city pool, it's a small town. And, you know, like a small town, that swimming pool is everything for the kids and for the community during the summertime. And they were going to have to shut it down because the bottom of it was like, it was like cutting kids' feet. And it was all, they were basically going to shut it down. And a community member kind of organized it and like basically got the whole community to come out, drain the pool, refinish the pool. And then they got all those surrounding communities around Silver Lake to bring chlorinated water in and dump it in. So basically they redid the entire city pool, which is really nice. So that was a nice story of people coming together and doing good things. So there, you know, people are still out there doing good things. It's just, it's hard to, you know, be the loudest voice in the room to get over all the loud voices and bad things that are going on to have, you know, something good like that happen.
That is wonderful news. I'm glad you brought that story up.
Yeah, it was a nice story we had this morning.
The city pool is the one thing you should allow your city to lose money on.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because that's why you never see a private pool anywhere outside of like a big water park, because they always lose money. But be okay with it, because it's a nice place for the kids and families to go to during the day. My daughter spends, you know, half of her days there hanging out with her friends. It's just a nice spot to have in the summertime. So if there's anything that, if they talk about like, what should we do with funds? I'm like, I don't know, put another water park in. Let's not. Yeah, I don't know. Richfield does a terrible job with allocating tax funds. So
Richfield has that really fun one though. You drive by.
Yeah,
that
it's great.
pool. Yeah, that one in Edina. They both have and they're both super affordable, which is a blast to go to bring the kids to.
Oh, it's right on 62 there?
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's so fun.
Nice.
Yeah, the city of Richfield. I don't know if you guys know the story, but the city of Richfield. If you walk down any of the streets, the sidewalks coming out from the houses, they end, 8 feet from.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Yep.
And the reason why that is they told everybody, hey, you guys, when you put your sidewalks into your new houses, make them 8 feet from the curb, and then we'll put sidewalks in.
Right.
Well, one man's 8 feet from the curb is another man's 7 foot 4 inches, and the sidewalks were all wonky. So they did like 3 city blocks, and then went, hell with it, we'll build a new city hall, and then just left everybody's sidewalks 8 feet from the curb.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
To close out, let me just say this. Brittany just handed me a note that said the empty pool in Silver Lake, they could just use it as a vomit bowl. So that'd be good.
Sure.
Wow, Brittany, that was very mean.
That sounds like me.
That sounds like something you'd do.
It does. That definitely sounds like Brittany.
Screw the kids, I always say.
All right, Palomino, we will talk to you tomorrow.
All right, you guys, have a good day.
You too. Thanks very much. Chris Egert, ladies and gentlemen, Channel 5 Eyewitness News. We shall take a break. Sherry Cola, Joyride in theaters nationwide now. Sherry, our special guest, up next.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show. Listen live at TomBarnardShow.com or on the Tom Barnard Show app.
You need to know a guy for your auto repairs, legal issues, banking, and more. The same goes for investment advice. You need a guy to help you be successful, someone you can trust, who gets results. Well, I got a guy for you, Josh Arnold. Josh gives you straight talk, not sugar-coated advice about your financial situation. Josh has seen it all when it comes to economic and market conditions, and Josh can make sure that your retirement objectives match your investments. Do yourself a favor and call Josh now for a no-obligation, 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll get a different point of view for your investments. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That is 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did. And tell him his guy, Tom, sent you.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. Tom Barnard is a paid endorser.
This is Tom Barnard for Niemeyer Trailer Sales. They've been a part of Minnesota since 1965, and their name says it all. They are family. If you want to take your passion on the road and make memories camping wherever you want, no motors, but pulled trailer RVs, go to Niemeyer Trailer Sales. True story. The very best brands live at Niemeyer's. Like the latest from Rockwood by Forest River, #1 in their class, whether you want a tent trailer, expandable, travel trailer, or a fifth wheel, Niemeyer Trailer Sales has it all. Plus, they deliver on the forgotten art of customer service with personable employees, often sons and daughters of the third-generation family-owned business who simply do what they say they will do every time. Come explore their huge selection and consult with RV service pros. You will leave satisfied no matter what you are looking for. The Niemeyer family welcomes you to visit both of their locations in Albertville and Elko New Market before your next vacation. Head to NIEMEYERS.com and put your passion on the road, Niemeyer Trailer Sales. Guys, I want to let you know about acoustic wave therapy protocol provided by my new sponsor, Twin Cities Premier Health. It's a non-invasive, non-surgical, highly effective, science-based procedure that creates an increase in blood flow and helps create new blood vessels by treating the root cause of most erectile dysfunction. Unlike using a pill to create a pharmaceutically induced erection, they treat the root cause of the problem. Age-related erectile dysfunction is most commonly caused by a buildup of plaque in the arteries that supply blood to the erectile tissue. Reach out to Twin Cities Premier Health like I did, and right now receive this special offer, a free treatment and a free consultation when you book today. That is valued at $800. 952-395-4346. That's my unique phone number, 952-395-4346 for their office, or go to TwinCitiesPremierHealth.com. And please be sure to tell them that Tom Barnard sent you.
The new Tom Barnard Morning Show is proud to have partners like Bradshaw & Bryant, MyPillow, and North American Banking Company founder, chairman, and president, Mike Bilski.
I've advertised on Tom's show for years, and the reason is simple. My business is recognized because of the ads, and that recognition has created growth. What business doesn't want to grow? I highly recommend the Tom Barnard Morning Show for your advertising.
Grow results for your business by partnering with the Tom Barnard Morning Show. Visit TomBarnardShow.com, keyword part.
Believe me, it's not going to be hard to do. That's all I have to say. You see what I'm saying? Sherry, ready to go? Sherry Cola with us, ladies and gentlemen. Joyride in theaters nationwide now.
Yes.
Sherry, how are you?
Tom, good morning.
What are you up to, sister?
I am just thrilled to be talking to you because Joyride is sweeping the nation, and I need everyone to know about it. It's the first of its kind, y'all.
Okay, Sherry, you're a lot younger than me, but I have to tell you something. You ready?
Yes.
You sound just like my mother.
Oh, my God. No way. You know, I have my morning voice right now. It's not even 7 a.m. yet here in L.A., and I haven't had my coffee yet. You know, I don't even need it. Let's be real. But, you know, something that you won't be able to unhear is that people say I sound like Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Yep, that's true.
People have turned around in public, literally thinking I was Miley Cyrus.
I could see that. Yeah, that would make sense. But they don't see your smiling face like I do. I'm looking at your picture right now, several pictures of you.
I have a beautiful smile. Let's admit it.
Well, I mean, just a beautiful everything. It's not just the smile. It's the eyes. It's the it's everything.
Thank you so much. You know, I'm just thrilled, and my heart is so full this week because, you know, Joyride has opened in theaters everywhere, and the response has been incredible.
It is wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Sherry Cole, our very special guest. Joyride follows 4 Asian American friends as they bond and discover the truth of what it means to know and love who you are. You know, it's so funny you're bringing this up, Sherry, because we've been talking about this a lot lately, about people not getting along and everybody's pissed off at everybody else. Do you think, I mean, it seems to me your movie's about exactly what we need it to be about. You're going to have to accept yourself first, and then it's a lot easier to accept other people. Do you believe that to be true?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. This film is having a lot of conversations. You know, it's about friendships. It's discovering who you are and, you know, looking past differences. These 4 leads, although all Asian, are not a monolith. You know, that's what we're really proving with this film. Good. We cannot be more different. And each character has their own arc. You know, they have their own evolution, which is so rare because, you know, as Asian folks in Hollywood, we never get this much room to play like this. There's so much going on in this film, so many set pieces. I mean, we're in colorful wigs, posing as a fake K-pop group. You know, there's threesomes. There's, you know, drugs on a train. You know what I mean? We really don't hold back with Joyride. It's R-rated by definition, and it's the first of its kind. Really, and we explore so many themes that I think people are really going to relate to because, you know, even though, yes, we are 4 Asian leads making history, this film is for everyone.
No, Sherry, I'm gonna finish that paragraph that I started, and if I get like misty at the end of it, it's your fault, okay? Follows 4 Asian American friends as they bond and discover the truth of what it means to know and love who you are while they travel through Asia in search of their birth mother. What a sweet thing that is.
I know, and that's actually a twist that people don't expect, is how much heart is in this film. So much heart. I mean, we're really tugging at the heartstrings because we are multidimensional, full-fledged people, and this film has everything. I mean, it's really just like a one-stop shop of cinema in theaters everywhere now, and it was so magical because the chemistry we have on screen is real in real life, and I think people can feel that, which is why the impact has been so powerful. I could see that.
So, in other words, people get to see you having fun. You get to see you discovering things you maybe didn't know. Sounds like a lot of great stuff in the movie Joyride.
Yeah, and the cultural specifics are a plus because this film is funny first. It's unapologetic. It's in your face. My character, Lolo, just says what everyone's thinking. She's a sex-positive, body-positive artist who has the passion but just doesn't necessarily have it all together. And she causes a little bit of trouble, which kind of launches them into this chaotic adventure. It's just a good time. When you go to the movie theaters, you got to bring all your friends, maybe have a drink beforehand, just let loose. We just want to bring the comedy back to theaters too. This is in the same category of all the classics we love and continue to watch, like Hangover, Bridesmaids, Girls Trip. Right. It's just a good time.
Sherry, I've seen a lot of these clips, and the movie looks amazing, and all the reviews you're getting are great. Where was your favorite place to film? Because I know you guys were all over the place.
Well, here's the secret. We filmed in Vancouver, a.k.a. China, a.k.a. Korea.
Oh, no way! I love it.
Yes, I know. It looks so real. Vancouver is the most versatile place on earth. But I got to say, Vancouver was very stunning. There's city life. There's water. There's just beautiful wilderness nature, which we filmed that a lot. And it just is a little bit of everything. I think Vancouver also has incredible Asian food.
Love
oh, my
Canada.
God. I miss it. I miss it there. But that is, but just as an actor, it's such a blessing to travel for work. I've filmed in New York. I filmed in New Orleans. I filmed in, Marfa, Texas, Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I mean? You name it. It's really cool that, within our craft, we get to explore not inwards, but also outwards.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to read this line here, Sherry. Oh, first of all, I have to ask you, Sherry Cola, that's a wonderful name.
Yeah. Well, Tom, I used to be in radio. I don't know if you know this bit.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about that in a second, Sherry, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's such a good radio name, is it not? And I did radio and stand-up before I became an actress. So it was kind of a nickname that, I remember I used that name for Vine. Remember that app?
Sure.
The video app, the 6 seconds.
Sure.
And I had this viral Vine, and people started recognizing me and calling me Sherry Cola. And I thought, wow, how catchy. And this really came from my friend Kim from college when I asked her, what should my Yelp username be? And she said, Sherry Cola. This was 2011? And I was like, oh, that's pretty catchy. And I just ended up changing it on all my social media and using it, because it's, it's bubbly. It's bubbly.
See, get it?
Me.
I love that. I'm going to change my name to Wild Cherry Diet Pepsi. What do you think?
Oh, I kind of like it. What about Diet Shasta Caffeine Free?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
How about that?
But I have.
Vanilla Twist.
Oh, Sherry, I should ask you to be polite. Do you have to be out very quickly here? Because I don't want to,
Oh, no. Honey, we're live. I got you. Well, you know what? There is a hard out. I have another one right after, but I'm down to talk for a little more.
Okay, a couple more minutes. Be all right. I don't want to throw off your schedule. But you got to come back.
Let's hit it. Let's hit it.
Okay. She's developing multiple passion projects, including a Curb Your Enthusiasm-inspired comedy based on her unique experience in radio, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Listen, I really am a success story in that way because I started off, doing campus radio in college for a few years, and then I got a job on the street team of 97.1 FM AMP radio at the time And this was after getting rejected by 3 other radio stations. You know, I passed out stickers. I board ops from midnight to 6 a.m. on the weekends.
Ooh. Wow.
Social media stuff. I really had the dream of being on air. And, you know, a couple years in, I started doing stand-up, and I had, you know, some viral videos. And Carson Daly, morning show host at the time, caught wind of me and was like, wait, there's a promo kid who's funny and, like, has millions of views and does stand-up. What? Why aren't we using her? So Carson wanted to meet with me, and then he ended up throwing me on the morning show to just sporadically talk about celebrity news and pop culture. And then I ended up getting my own show on Sunday nights. So radio is very special in my heart and soul. I have so much respect for radio, and it will always be, you know, my roots.
I understand that. Sherry, I know you got to go, but next time you got to be on for like, an hour or two. What do you think?
Oh, yes, please. I will go all day with you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Joyride in theaters now. Go watch it.
We will get that done. Sherry Cola, ladies and gentlemen. Joyride in theaters now, as
Thank
she
you.
said.
Mwah.
Bye-bye, my dear. I love her.
I do too.
That's my kind of person right there. And then, of course, Tevin had to come in and ruin it.
Yeah, mood definitely is going down.
Yeah, it's dropping like a rock, you know.
Get a cooler name.
I love her
Yeah,
voice.
Tevi Cola. I don't know. We can work something out. We'll workshop it.
Tevi Cola.
I don't know.
I do. I love her voice. That's a great voice.
Yes, I knew as soon as she started talking and she said the Miley Cyrus thing, and then you bringing up your mom having that raspy voice. I love that.
But she does sound a lot like Miley Cyrus. There's no question about that.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you if you had that voice call and go, hey, listen, send it over to my house and just put it on my credit card I left with you.
Yeah,
This is Miley Cyrus.
Are making reservations for restaurants. Yeah.
My dad, Billy Ray, is going to be paying the tab.
Exactly. I thought she was wonderful. I really did. Not as wonderful as Judd, but you know.
And Judd's everywhere. I was listening to the K-Fan, Paul Allen Morning Show, and they were like going on and on about how some article he wrote like 30 years ago, it was still the greatest thing they've ever seen. So Judd's local celebrity, Judd.
What the heck was that? I don't even...
Yeah, what are you even
I can't even begin to try and recall that.
No,
Wow.
they were talking about some article you wrote for some, I don't even think the paper's around anymore, but yeah, they were like, yeah, Judd wrote for that. And I was like, is that the same Judd? Because Zolgad, you correct your last name?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not too many
unless
of
there's
us.
unless there's two Judd Zolgad.
Another sports reporter named Judd in Minneapolis.
Again.
No, so yeah,
No, I think I'm the only one.
they were telling you were great. And I was like, well, can't escape Judd.
Okay, let's bring him down. You suck.
Thank you very much. I'm more used to that. See, now I feel more at home.
The worst.
Yeah. No, I used to work side by side by Judd, and that guy used to leave empty coffee pots on a hot burner back in the commissary. So listen, we're on to you, Zolgad. We're on to you.
That's what I was. A real a-hole. Rudy.
Was?
Okay.
Question mark?
Good point, Britt.
So where was that? Where did that happen?
Judd and I used to go round and round because him and I used to get coffee together when I was at Hubbard HQ, and Judd was in the office next to mine, and I'd go back, and he would hear me every day. Who are these goddamn kids leaving empty coffee pots on hot burners? Son of a bitch! And Judd would just roll his eyes because I would go on and just scream about it. And somebody's like, "You could just remake a pot of coffee," and I'm like, "Not good enough. These kids need to learn." Oh, it was awful.
And this was true because what happened was, the Hubbard, what was it? The employees who worked upstairs, who were all like really, really young. Right?
Digital, the digital department.
Digital, yeah. They would come downstairs and take all of our coffee and never remake a pot. And Rudy would just go ape bleep, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's interesting you guys bring that up because I was thinking on the way in, I had to look at it. I haven't done it yet. I thought I was going to right when I got in here. What is the percentage of people who actually do what they say they're going to do? In other words, I'm going to get or do what they're supposed to do. I bet you, what do you think it is? 5%, 10%, maybe do everything they say they're going to do? Do?
Right, that's about that. There's no like common courtesy because like I've worked jobs where like you use the last of something, make another pot of coffee,
exactly.
or take the garbage out or whatever it might be. Like just doing the right thing. That's not something a lot of people do.
So you made it for me, but now that it's gone, I'm not going to make it for you if you come back.
Right.
How that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the percentage is of people who actually do what they're supposed, actually do what they say they're going to do or should do.
Yeah, you learn real quick with a little bit of shame. So that's why I would walk around with the empty coffee pot around digital and be like, who did this?
Yelling.
Who did this? Who did this?
Good idea, actually.
Yeah, because I opened up for one of my idols I've loved for a long time, another comedian, a guy from Los Angeles. I don't know if you guys have probably ever heard of him, but I was in the green room with him, and then he went on stage, and I took a little shot of whiskey. And when I put the bottle back, I didn't put the cap back on, and I kind of hit it a little bit. And when he came back into the green room, he was like, where'd that whiskey go? And I wasn't in the green room. And then when I came in 10 minutes later, he's like, hey, listen, tomorrow night when we do shows, don't move the friggin' whiskey, because I spent 5 minutes looking for it. And I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. That's my fault. Yep. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And from that moment on, I never again ever moved the whiskey. I would take it, I would put the cap back on after I used it, and I would set it right in the exact spot that I left it.
Very good.
Yeah.
So what everybody should do.
Absolutely.
But they don't.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst is when somebody unplugs a lamp to charge their phone and then don't plug the friggin' lamp back in. Oh, what kind of Neanderthal are you?
I know.
That's a rough one for me. Yeah, I think that's, there's like a lot of, my parents come and stay with us now because they sold their apartment, or they sold their house and then they quit renting their apartment. So they stay with us when they're not at the cabin or in their Florida house. And they always show up with 0 iPhone cords.
Oh, God.
And then expect us to have all the iPhone cords, they'll take them from my room, they'll take them from the kitchen, they just take them. And it's just like a very weird moment where you're just like, listen, can you just, please, ma'am, just bring an iPhone cord, or this one is yours now forever. I will write your name on it. It drives me nuts.
Or the people that when they see your phone plugged in and they ask you what percentage you're on, it doesn't matter what percentage mine is on. Go get your own cord.
It doesn't matter. When I nannied, the kids would get in the car and go, "What percentage phone do you have?" And I'd be like, 40. Well, I have 20, and they'd switch the phone out. I go, "No, it doesn't work like that."
Okay, that's interesting because I have one of those stand-up deals where you lean your phone against it, charge your phone, and you can charge your watch at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wherever I go, out of the city, I don't carry it with me in the city, obviously, because I don't need to because I'm going home. I bring that with me wherever I go. Absolutely.
Yes, I'm the same way, Tom.
Yeah.
But it's incredible the amount of people that don't. And they don't put a priority on, if you have a phone that you value, carry your cords with you then.
Yeah.
If you're going to be gone, right? Yeah. For an extended period of time. I'm with you totally. And it amazes me how many people are like, oh, I forgot my cord. It's like, well, if you forgot your cord, you're creating problems for yourself right there.
Yeah. But they're so heavy.
Yeah, you got to lug them around in a bag. It's like the old days.
In full disclosure, it's hard to talk shit because Beverly, she watches Go-Go constantly. So at the end of the day, if every week I have to buy new cords from Amazon, fine. Because she watched Go-Go last night for the boat. She'll watch Go-Go tonight. So
What's tonight?
We're going to the Guthrie. We're going to Into the Woods, me and Justin.
You're going in the woods with Justin?
Meow.
Is that a good idea?
2 go in, 1 comes out.
Ooh.
Whoa. I hope it's me.
Man.
I hope it's me.
Spoiler alert, Tevin.
Hey, 2 come in, 3 come out if we do it right. Hey,
So what is Into the Woods? What is that?
It's a musical that the Guthrie.
Oh, it's a musical. Okay.
Yeah.
Based on what?
It's just I think it's by that famous playwright who's done a bunch of Sodden. What is it?
Sondheim?
Yes, I think that's.
It's a very dark version of Hansel and Gretel.
Isn't it a good idea that I knew when she said Sodden, she meant Sondheim?
Sondheim, yeah. Stephen Sondheim, yeah.
Sondheim's great.
Yeah, I've seen this movie. I've never seen the play in person. They made a movie of it, and I've listened to the music a bunch, but we're pretty excited to go.
Didn't Sondheim write, "Isn't this rich? Don't you approve?" God, I love that song.
He's written.
I believe he wrote that.
So what is the base? What was the movie that they made? Into the Wild? Was it the one with what's her name? Reese Witherspoon? Didn't she do something?
This one is a play on fairy tales, but it's kind of a little darker. So they have the whole beanstalk, and then there's a couple different things coinciding at the same time, and then they've got a lot of really good musical numbers, and so it should be pretty fun with the Guthrie putting it on.
Oh, the Guthrie's phenomenal. I know. The Guthrie is phenomenal. You got to be very proud of the places that put on plays in Minnesota. They do a terrific job here.
How lucky are we? And,
I agree.
And then you go somewhere else and you kind of forget how lucky you are. I mean, we've got so many little theaters that put on these amazing shows. But
I agree.
But yeah, so Beverly, I will keep buying cords if you keep watching Go-Go. Because I know she listens, and I know she's going to go. She listens. She tells me, it's so funny. If when I call her after the show, because I call my mom every day after the show, she'll go, I listened. And I'll say, do we even need to talk? Because I feel like you got the whole rundown of the day.
Got it all covered.
Like, I'll let you talk at me.
It all works out in the end. I just, I got to bring this up to Judd. Well, to everybody, but, Judd being a sportsman himself, I cannot even tell you what the score was from the game last night. I have no interest in it. Isn't that sad?
Yes, I thought you might dip in a little bit, but
nope, I didn't. Not at all.
But you know what? I'm glad you didn't watch, because I can only imagine the level of infuriation you would have suffered from if you had seen the fact that the jerseys on both teams now, and this has been the thing in the last few years, they now have these jerseys that they're trying to sell, American and National League. So gone are the days where every player wore his jersey from his team.
Yeah, I love
which
that.
I actually used to love.
Yep,
I always thought that was super cool.
Me too. So another AL win?
No, National League rallied to win first time, as you said, in 9 years, since 2012.
Yep.
The American League was up late. The National League, guy from the Rockies, Diaz, I think it was, hit a 2-run homer late in the game, and they hung on to win. But as I was telling you yesterday, it's a complete transformation of what I was used to, because when I started to watch the All-Star game, at that time, the National League was in that span where they won 12 in a row or something.
So they lost in regular. Was it a 9-inning game?
Oh yeah, you didn't. Oh, and here's the thing about it too. If it had been tied after 9, we were going to a home run derby.
Oh, that's right. I heard
which I sort of was pulling for, just to see the gong show that would have occurred.
No, it's true. But so did you like the game? Did you watch a lot of it? Some of it?
I watched quite a bit of it. It's okay. I mean, I still can't figure out if it's because the game. I mean, it's not the same, but I can't figure out if it's because the game is not the same or I'm just old, though. Like, that's the one thing about All-Star games. Because I used to love them, and I do think that they used to be very different, but I'm not quite sure. I think it's more important if someone who's 24 liked it than if a 53-year-old guy like me liked it.
No, I think that's basically true. Now, I mean, it's just one of those. But the NFL doesn't have their All-Star game anymore, do they?
Pro Bowl's gone. Thank
Pro Bowl's
God.
gone.
No,
I thought so.
It's like a flag
skills
football,
weekend.
Yeah, skills is what they do now. It's boring.
What is skills?
Well, they have like a flag football game, and then they have like you have to. The one thing I actually did kind of find was funny is they take linemen and they make them like catch punts. But then you have to progressively keep. So if you catch a ball, and then the next guy comes and he catches a ball, and the first guy has to go back out there with the first ball that he caught and catch the second.
Okay.
Now he's got
Brittany's
2
on
balls,
board.
and now he's got to. You have to progressively keep catching him. So, but I think the guy who won this year had 8 footballs in his arms and then caught the 9th.
Yeah.
It was actually very fun to watch. Everything else was boring, but that one, that's a hell of a sport.
It shows you what football players work on when they're not practicing at practice. Like, they have the most ridiculous skills of, there's probably half a dozen guys on every team that can do the catch multiple balls.
Really?
Because everybody,
so
especially
fun.
linemen, because they're like, well, I want to be a punt returner. I could be a running back. Look at how far I could throw. There's so much just random skills that you see people. It's just dumb.
They should add another layer where they put a tarp down with water that they have to do it on for the slipping around with the balls
Like the
too.
slippery stairs on that one Japanese game show.
I gotta ask you guys a question because I don't know who this is, but I was told by a couple of people that there is a guy now that can throw a football 90 yards.
That's insane.
How is that even possible? They're saying, and I don't know who it is. I've never seen him do it. I was just told this. Apparently, there's a guy in the NFL now that can throw a football 90 yards. Holy God.
That's insane.
I mean, it's probably got a huge running start wind up, but still to get it 90 yards is incredible.
Well, just standing there back in the pocket, they can throw it how far now? 60, right?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I believe that Aaron Rodgers had a 67-yarder to win a game.
Yeah.
That was a couple of years ago.
So there you go. So it's only 23 more yards.
Sure.
And if you're taking a running start, you could throw it 90, I guess.
Yeah.
But I never thought I'd hear that 90 yards. Here's what I'll do. I'll stand at the 1, and you go down to the 5 on the other end, and then I'll throw it to you. It's like, what?
How do you, and like, is that an aiming thing at that point, or does the running back just have to know where that's going? Because like,
I don't know.
When you're throwing it that far, the ball's in the air so long
Yeah.
that you can adjust and get to kind of where you need to be. But yeah, it's
Judd
more
and I,
luck than anything.
Judd and I were talking about this the other day too. Do you think they're going to have to extend the length of the bases in baseball and move the pitcher's mound back?
wow.
Didn't they just short? Or no, they made the bases bigger.
They made them
shorten
bigger.
the-
Yeah.
They made them bigger.
So they did actually shorten.
So they
the
shortened
base paths. But I think the mound is going to have to. I mean, with the amount of guys that throw 95, up to 100 now, because it used to be like what, Tom? 2 guys could do. Nolan Ryan could throw.
Yep.
But I think eventually they're going to have to move the mound back.
They're going to have to. Everybody can throw over 100 now. You're right, Judd. God, it just.
And I feel like you need more time for the pitchers to be able to react at the pitches that are or the hit balls that are coming back to them. Because that would be terrifying. I'm wearing a helmet if I'm a pitcher with a face mask
and a face mask.
Just like a gerbil.
You're wearing catcher's gear while
Protector.
pitching, Tevin.
Yes.
Yes.
Really let me know when Dougie's ready to go if you would.
I certainly will, yeah.
We'll
do it
just
now.
get that cooking. I know it's Doug Sprinthal, so he'll be late. What a shock. But, But, yeah, I just think you're in a situation now where everybody can throw over 100 miles an hour. Everybody can run at about – I mean, honestly, how fast can Buxton run when he's not hurt? Man, that guy can run.
Yeah, it's incredible. The guy from the Reds now, that Dela Cruz kid, who is just came up. I think he's now the fastest guy in baseball.
Oh my God, these guys can run.
He stole 3 bases on 2 pitches in Milwaukee on Saturday, I believe it was, including home.
Which blows my mind. Like, how do you steal home plate?
I know.
Like, that's where everybody's looking.
Yeah, exactly right.
Sounds like a rundown review of what I would say.
Like that.
That's
Everybody
the center
in
of the world at that moment.
That's the center of attention, and he
Yeah.
just snuck right in there.
And the ball goes there. That's the whole point.
I mean, honestly, the talent that's out there now is just unbelievable. It's amazing. So they're going to have to do something. And making by increasing the size of the bag, they made the distance shorter, not longer.
Right.
That was not a good idea, I don't think.
Well, they think it's safer, though, because
of
the fact that the bags, as constituted before by being smaller, created problems as well. But yeah, I think the mound going back is inevitable at some point.
I would think so, because I would, and the point you made, I would not want to try to catch a line drive hit at me on that mound. I can guarantee you that. We got to take a break here, ladies and gentlemen. I got to say something before I intro this guy. I worked with this man for 14 years, right? 14 years worked with him over at the Q, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people made a bunch of really stupid moves. And I'll take full blame if anybody gets pissed off. You can also kiss my anyway. Moving forward, I have not worked with this man other than on the Family Podcast in 6 months now, and I was so happy. And now he's coming back and ruining my life. Wait a minute, is that what I was supposed to say?
I think that was spot on.
It was spot on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on the line Doug Sprinthal, live and the new GM from Flagship Ford in Baldwin, Wisconsin, home of my new EV Ford Mustang. I love that car. I'm telling you, Doug, I love that car. Online, it's flagshipford.com. That's flagshipford.com. Dougie, how have you been, Pally?
You are such a loser.
Why am I a loser? Because I hang out with you?
You skipped the Hubbard boat cruise last night. It was so much fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. My wife is sicker than a dog. I should just leave her at home.
You're a DJ. You're not a doctor. What are you going to do?
A DJ? He just called me a DJ.
Shots fired.
God. Shots fired
That's
indeed.
Hall of Fame DJ.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. A Hall of Fame, internationally recognized. You missed it was so much fun last night. We had a great time.
I didn't miss everything. I did get the video of you giving me not one but 2 fingers. I got that. So that was good.
Well, they had to cut out what Bilski said about you. Just the children.
Probably true.
No, it was a great time, and that's one of the wonderful things about being tangentially associated with the Hubbard media empire. That's a really cool boat. And as a river boater, it's like, I put it on the St. Croix River Facebook page, and everybody's like, "I'm so jealous. What's it like? Oh my God!" It is really cool. Me and Brittany were talking in the back and pretending we were millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why wouldn't you? Well, Rudy was talking about this morning. What'd you say? It's the largest boat north of St. Louis or something?
Yeah, it's like the largest boat in the northern, like north of like the Mason-Dixon line or something like that. It's something up there, like above like the not the equator, but whatever the next one up above that is. That's what we're the biggest one.
That line.
Mm-hmm.
It was
latitude.
It was so funny too, Tom, because we would float past these boats and they would all wave at us like we're a celebrity, and I felt like such a fraud waving back. Like I wanted to be like, I'm just a guest. It's not ours.
Not
Me and
my
Doug are
boat.
like waving, but we're like, we're not the ones, okay?
So, Dougie,
the cool part of the story is Sarah always flirts with the captain, and he lets her drive for a while. But he started out cutting Mr. Hubbard's lawn when he was a teenager, and then said, "Yeah, I really want to work for you." And so he became a deckhand, and then 10 years later, he's the captain. And he's a super nice guy.
You guys looked like you were having so much fun because Pat Egert sent me a video of all of you. Everyone was very sweet, except for Doug, who gave me not one but two fingers. And
would you expect anything less?
No, I would not. Absolutely not. But
I got to call you out on one other thing before we talk about cars.
Okay.
I was listening to you explain the Chucker and Keanu Reeves, and you missed the best part of the story.
Okay.
When he confuses him with Christopher Reeves and asks him what it's like to be paralyzed. Like, oh, my God. I mean, the balls on Lastman to do something like that. It's just incredible.
What's it like to be paralyzed, Christopher Reeve? No, you're right. That was he was. We should probably get him to start doing a Chucker on this show. I think it's a great idea.
Yep, I think in small doses it's just wonderful. It's really good.
In small
let's talk about cars
doses.
for a minute.
Hey, him or the Chucker?
I both.
Both. Okay,
I know where Brittany's voting.
Yeah, I know too.
I say have him on. I think I still laugh at the Chucker, but yeah, he has an ability that he does not mind if somebody hates him, and that is his ability.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot about what's it like to be paralyzed. Like, oh my
so
God.
bad.
Okay, Dougie, well, like I said, it's been 6 months since you and I have worked together. I missed working with you. Look, I saw Doug all the time anyway. It's not like I haven't seen him in 6 months. But after 14 years of working together every day, to have you back, and particularly on this show, God, I hate being nice to you. It's really painful.
Oh, you'll get over it.
I will eventually.
Just contact one of my ex-wives. They'll give you an instruction manual.
Okay, as a lead into your important part of doing the report here, I did buy a car from Flagship Ford in Baldwin. It is a EV Ford Mustang. Dougie, your recommendation that I buy it. It is one of my favorite cars, maybe my favorite car I've ever driven. God, I love that car.
Well, I do too. I went out and bought a couple of used ones from dealer auctions.
Oh, okay.
And I drove one myself. And, everybody's... And rightfully, there can be some range anxiety. It's a different world driving electric cars than gas-powered ones. If I was driving across country, I probably wouldn't take one. But the last time I saw you, I drove from Baldwin to Rosemont to pick up Sarah and my daughter, up to St. Paul to watch the soccer game, back to Rosemont, next morning over to St. Louis Park for the podcast, and back to Baldwin. And I still had 80 miles worth of range left, and they're just a blast to drive. So I've been buying a few used ones. In fact, we sold one while I was gone to one of your podcast listeners.
I saw that.
I heard Tommy talking about the car, and he put it on Facebook, and I said, that's just awesome. His name's Jason. I didn't ask him if I could refer to him, so I won't out his last name, but he seems like a typical Tom Barnard listener. He's just a great guy with a really good sense of humor, and he loves it too. So we've got a couple of used ones here. There's a great lease on brand new ones if you're interested in Mackeys. And we obviously sell a heck of a lot of pickup trucks out here in the country. If you have questions about any of this stuff, you can always get a hold of me at doug@flagshipford.com.
I will tell you this. You hear, Baldwin, Wisconsin. It's only like 45 minutes, or not even. It's about a half an hour from St. Paul.
Yeah, not even that. It's
not even that.
20 minutes from Woodbury, which is
right.
One of our larger markets. But the cool thing is you can come over here and buy fireworks, and then you can come see me.
There's about 55 firework factories right next to Flagship Ford, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, they're about 3 blocks away. It's like a little town of 3,000 has, and they're the size of Kmart's. These are not little operations.
No, they're not. They're huge. But Doug, honest to God, I hate being serious with you, but I have to be serious with you. I missed working with you so much, and I'm so glad that you and the Hubbards and Flagship Ford put this back together. This sounds ridiculous maybe, but I don't ever want to be in this business if I'm not working with you. So that's just how I feel.
Oh, man, I'm going to cry now. That's the nicest thing you ever said. No,
You suck.
You're a great friend, and when I was going through all my employment drama last winter, Tom had called me about every other day just to check in, and I thought, God, this guy's got the biggest heart of anybody I know. So thank you very much. I will accept the compliment with much grace, and I'll still rip you for missing the boat ride, you big loser.
Yeah,
my wife was sick. I adore my wife. You know that.
I know you do.
I could never abandon my wife when she was sick. No way. I can't do it.
There's
That's all there is to it.
There's a bed on the boat. She could have just came on and taken a nap.
Let's infect everybody, honey. What do you say?
Why not?
No, it's Dougie, honest to God, it's just after 6 months I get to say things like, the hell do you know about cars?
Yeah, you loser. Kick you out of the state.
Now, I should mention that once a month you are going to come in and do car selling secrets again, or some version
we're going
of
to
that.
fire that up one Thursday a month. I just can't. We're a small staff here. We only have about 35 employees in the entire dealership, so I just can't be gone every Thursday for a few hours. But I got the okay to do one a month, so we'll figure out when we're going to schedule that, and that'll be fun. Now I got to dig up some actual guests.
It was really annoying. So Justin and I sat next to Doug, and he was sitting here talking about these cars, and we thought, you know how you think you're good? Like, we have our cars paid off, we're good?
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about it with such excitement, where we go, oh no, are we going to get another car? Like, are we going to switch them out? Because
of course you are.
Of course, the idea, all you need is a charger at your house. I was like, okay, we might be in. Like, we'll talk.
300 miles on my Ford Mustang. I can go 300 miles.
And let's be honest, where do I go? Here, home, end of list.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Although some people were bitching at me. Oh, Barnard, you caved in on the electric deal, huh?
We caved in a long time ago, though.
I've had 3 of them settled. I own one of the first Teslas in America, as a matter of fact.
You've been a loser since 2007.
Yes.
No, 2004, actually, I think it was, wasn't it?
And then Doug was talking about when the pickup, like when you push down on the gas and how it's just boom, you're just gone.
Yeah, it's an instant forward moment. Like the torque is just instant because there's no shifting gears. And
It'll slam you back in your seat. It will, absolutely.
I don't know why I need that. Again, I come here and I go home, but for some reason I need that.
I agree.
It also
Tom, give Brittany a drive in yours, and she'll. Oh, wait a minute. You'd be the worst car salesman ever. I'm sorry. Forget that.
What do you mean I'd be the worst car? Hey, I'd be like the guy in used cars. Get in a goddamn car.
You would. That's exactly what it should be.
You know what happened is I'd get in there and I'd have like a coffee, and he'd be like, "Do you have a lid for that?" And I'd be like, "No," and he'd go, "Then you're not getting in this
Get
car."
out.
Yes, that's right. Get out.
Do I have to really read this outro for you? And by the way,
there's an outro?
By the way, nothing has changed. Doug Sprinthal's 60-second ad still lasts 10 minutes.
Hey, but everybody was laughing. That's good. That's the whole point.
No, it's a wonderful. Dougie, it's great to be back working with you, man. I missed working with you, and it'll never happen again. That's all I'm saying.
Excellent. Have a great day, everybody. Say hi to Christopher Reeves if you see him.
What do you mean? I thought he was dead. You have to listen to the outro, though, before you hang up. You ready?
Okay.
Longtime friend of the Tom Barnard Show, Doug Sprinthal, Flagship Ford in Baldwin, Wisconsin. Online, head to flagshipford.com.
Ooh, that's a little too corporate for me. We're going to have to rewrite that.
Okay, Dougie, we'll get her done. Thank you,
See
sir.
you guys later. Bye. Have a great day.
Lest you think that was all bullshit, it's not. I love Doug Sprinthal. He's off now. I heard him click, so that's good. He's one of my favorite people in the world, and I hated it when I stopped working with him.
Yeah, he's so lovely.
Did. He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
No question about it. But I suppose we should go on with the rest of the. Yeah, his commercials. And by the way, Rudy, you got to. They're going to be 10 minutes long. They always have been.
Yeah.
And they always will be.
Absolutely, I get it. Yeah.
But in his defense, sometimes we never even talk about the dealership.
Yeah.
Well, that did happen.
That does happen sometimes.
That's why he lost his other job.
Well, especially his car selling secrets. I remember I came in and did one with him, and I was like, I don't think we talked about cars the entire episode.
It's so funny where I'm like, sometimes they get a lot of bang for their buck, but sometimes
maybe not.
Ooh.
All right, we have to continue with the rest of the break now. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on brand new Bennington pontoon from the Power Lodge, of course. Enjoy sunset from the water. That's one of the things I used to love so much. Entertain the kids and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud, of course. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. You've heard it before. Brittany wants to be a Klingon if we buy a pontoon. I am going to buy a pontoon. I will tell you the easiest way to have a bunch of old friends come out of the woodwork is to own a pickup truck or a pontoon. I became way more popular with my friends and family when I owned a pontoon. Enjoy the best days of summer on your favorite lake in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey. Miller Marine in St. Cloud is the largest Bennington dealer in the entire world. Throttle therapy on land and water, powerlodge.com and millermarine.com. And please do tell them that Tommy sent you.
All right, Tevin, you can't say any secrets now, unless they're car selling. You're on air.
Oh, I thought you were doing the Judd commercial.
No.
Oh, well then here we are. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
All right.
Well, yeah, wait, a nice segment. I thought we were coming back to a Judd commercial, but speaking of what I was doing, the
Oh, Jesus Christ. Brittany, could you please intro Judd?
I would love to. Hey, Judd Zolgad.
Get it moving.
Yeah, but we don't have a thing.
What do you mean? Yeah, I know you don't have a thing.
Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
just wanted to clarify.
No, I just wanted to bring Judd back on.
Yeah,
so
Judd,
we
tell
could
us
sit- yeah.
exactly. So, what's going on behind the scenes with the Vikings right now? You always have drama. You always
We're
guys
grasping for
Is there
straws.
No, he always tells
Behind the
us.
scenes, they're on vacation in probably very nice ports right now because training camp
You
doesn't
guys
start.
sometimes give us the Facebook posts and who's doing what on the off season.
You know, Rudy set you up right there, Brittany. I got a feeling that
Why
Rudy
is that
set
such a
you
bad
up
question?
because he told you to ask me a sports question of any
I
sort.
couldn't. We just have twins, so sometimes he gives us this
That-
drama. Last time when they're off season, you could give us a bunch of drama behind the scenes of this person posted this Facebook. So I thought that might be
No.
interesting.
I think
No?
the only drama for the Vikings right now is JJ left off Kirk Cousins from his top 5
See?
How about
quarterback
that?
list.
See?
And that would be the closest thing that we can get to drama. I think.
Has anyone responded to that?
Well, no, because nobody thinks Kirk Cousins is the top 5 quarterback in the NFL. So I don't think it's not really a slight.
But his teammate left him off. But you know what the most important thing is? It is that you guys got to bring the chucker back. You guys got to bring the chucker back. Lastman's got to come back. I've been pushing for this since I started on this show. It is one of the great bits of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you confuse Keanu Reeves with Christopher Reeves.
But the greatest thing about
Reeves,
that
I
was
guess it is.
Keanu Reeves, who I think was obviously high as a kite, which I have no problem with, was a
Yes.
great sport.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God,
He
he's a
was
great guy.
he and his buddies at what was it, Dog Star? What was their
Dog Star.
band?
It was
Yeah.
Dog Star,
Yeah.
yep.
Because they were supposed to be talking about Dog Star, I think, and they were just Keanu would put the phone down and start to say what the checker said to him because he thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
And then you would hear this uproarious laughter in the background.
It was wonderful. No doubt about it. Yeah, we got to get the chucker on here. There's no. Well, he's working out of town, so I don't know if. But I mean, it's a different market, so I assume they'd let him do it. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah, he would probably do it.
Yeah, why not? Just do it on the phone. That's all he ever did anyway. He pre-recorded them all anyway, so what's the difference? I like it. I wonder if we can go back and. Can you find the old chucker bits, or are they all off?
Oh yeah, you can totally find.
Oh, you can find them on there?
Not all of them, and I don't think any of the ones that he made when we had him come back to the show. I don't think any of those are online.
Oh, they're not. But the Christopher Reeve one might.
Yeah,
be.
the old ones I'm saying. Yeah.
The old ones are. Yeah, I think Knobloch is on
Knobloch.
YouTube. Yeah, and Knobloch was great because he didn't take it well, which made it even more hilarious. Knobloch was such an a-hole at the time. He didn't get it and didn't play along.
What a prick that guy was when he was. I heard he
Oh,
kind of
God.
grew up and matured, though. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
How would you have responded, Tom, to
What?
getting a call from the chucker? Like, if there was somebody screwing up your name, like, would you
Click.
I
That's
feel
how
like you would click
Oh,
it.
I get called Tom Brainerd. I get called all kinds of names by just normal people.
Yeah.
Tom Brainerd. How you? I was like, no, it's not. B-A-R does not start with brain. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't say that. It sounds like I'm a moron.
My name does not lead with brain, okay?
I can't find the Chuck Knobloch stuff, but here's the Fred Savage one if you guys want to hear this.
It's phenomenal.
This is great.
Pop Power 92, Andy Chucker. And right now, live via satellite, where you beaming in from there, big fella?
I'm beaming in from Los Angeles.
And how are things in Hollywood today?
They're warm and sunny.
We have one of the brightest stars on the Hollywood horizon, the one and only Ed Savage. Welcome to Pop Power 92 Radio.
No, Chucker, it's Fred.
They come
Fred
again?
Savage. Fred. With an F. Fred.
We have Fred Savage from ABC TV. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm just fine. Great to have you here. But, you know, there's one thing that's been troubling me. This slight pain in my chest. I wonder if you could help me out there, Dr. Hauser.
No. I'm in the Wonder Years, Chucker.
Such a cute voice.
Fred Savage on the Wonder Years. Do you ever watch that show?
On the Wonder Years.
Yes. I don't know what to do about the pain in your chest.
Maybe we should start this over. This isn't the Doogie Howser guy.
No.
Pop Power 92, Andy Chucker. And right now, live via satellite. Where you beaming in from, big fella?
Los Angeles.
And how are things in Hollywood today?
Just brilliant.
They're fine.
We have one of the brightest stars on the Hollywood horizon, the one and only Fred Savage. Welcome to Power 92.
Thank you.
Now, we all know you from that popular ABC TV show, The Wonder Years. How's that show going for you?
It's going fine.
Well, listen, I'm a big fan of the show. It must be very interesting working with such a professional like Alan Thicke. What's that like?
Family ties.
No. He's on Growing Pains.
They come again?
He's on a different show. He's not on The Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years.
Yes, Alan Thicke's on Growing Pains.
Growing Pains.
Growing Pains. Not Doogie Howser.
Well, listen, wait a second here now. The Wonder Years. What's the premise of that show? I got to write some of this down.
What's the premise of the show? In the 1970s.
In the high school.
Yes.
Pop Power 92 and you Chucker. And right now, via satellite, where you beaming in from?
I'm beaming in from Los Angeles.
And how are things in Hollywood today?
They're getting weirder.
Great answer.
That's a
Great answer. Unfortunately, Judd has to get going, so.
I understand.
Bye, Judd.
See you all tomorrow. That was
Judd,
fantastic.
I'm so glad that you brought up the Chucker. I just put my headphones on. You were talking about the Chucker. We got to, who would we, because, I mean, I talk to Lastman all the time still. But I'd have to turn it over to somebody like probably Dan Seaman or something like that, huh?
Yeah, we'd probably have to get somebody that would have to sign off on that before we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever met Lastman, he's a massive pain in the ass. So, that's the problem.
Biggest pain in the ass to work with. That sums
As long
up
as we
Lastman.
never give him any power, like any sort of, like he's responsible for anybody, he's great.
Johnny Rock.
He can hang, but the minute you're like, hey, you're also in charge of this intern, he's like, okay, perfect, give me that. He's like, becomes a monster. And I think he would even admit that. Like, he should never manage anybody in the history of ever.
Because he pre-records them anyway, so I know he's on a morning show up in St. Cloud, as a matter of fact. Works for a guy that I know. I don't know him really well, but he's a great guy. Really nice people. But so if they're pre-recorded, what the hell's the difference? It's a different market anyway.
Yeah.
We got to do this. That was, I'm so glad you found that, Rudy, because that brought back some memories of when I used to like to work there.
Yeah. Now, all those bits back in the day, man, between Keanu, and what's funny is being in Midwest radio in like small markets, you would hear people that would try to rip off.
Oh, really?
That. Like, somebody would call in and then they would, quote unquote, mistake them for a different celebrity and then watch them get all mad about it. Yeah.
Did Catherine helped him write some of that, didn't he?
At
Didn't
first,
she?
I believe that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, she helped him write some of the Chucker.
Catherine, I loved working with her. That's one thing about Catherine, though. When I first went to KQRS, she came there with me, and she was on the show. And I turned to a friend, Dave Hamilton, and I said, that'll last about 2 months, and then somebody will piss her off, and you'll never see her again. That's exactly what happened. Catherine, not really good with the tolerance when it comes to that kind of. If you mess with her, she will not tolerate it at all.
Yeah.
Just won't do it. So I hope you feel better, honey. I hope you're listening at home and feel better. But in any case, moving back to the news segment, God, I miss talking to Judd already, even though he just left.
He just left.
30 seconds ago.
I really like those guys, though.
Judd's a good guy.
Judd and Phil are really, really nice guys to work with, no question about it. I mean, I know it's hard to believe there's some decent people in podcasting, but there are.
I mean, not Tevin.
No, I was saying,
Tevin walked in.
don't look at me. You clearly didn't hear the us coming back from break when there may or may not have been just a whole disaster going on in the studio.
Yeah, Kevin kept asking me if I was going to do Olivia commercial, and then I asked about Vikings drama, and everybody thought that was ridiculous. But sometimes they give us Vikings drama off season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why that was such a bad question.
It wasn't that it was a bad question. It was just like I could see your mind scrambling.
Well,
like
you
I
already
wasn't
hit up the
prepared to do
Twins.
this, and then
And
now
like,
we're just
I
throwing
hate
this
when we
out
talk Timberwolves because I feel like there's a lot of emotion in that. So I just thought we'd get some like online drama. I love when they come when they're like, oh yeah, this guy wrote this online. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, now there's a Netflix special that I think just came out today that has Kirk Cousins on it that
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch and see because apparently it makes him super likable.
oh, that's good.
And so I'm like, he
Kirk
needs some positive.
Cousins?
Yeah. It's like him, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, something like that, and Kirk Cousins. I think there's more as well.
They picked one honky and they had to pick Kirk Cousins.
So when you go into Netflix and it shows the picture of like the quarterbacks up there, it's Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and then it's Kirk Cousins, and I'm like, he does not.
Legend.
The skill level does not.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Quarterback is the name of it.
Yep. Quarterback.
That was the one that Kristyn was talking about today.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. No question. And I didn't agree with you when you first said it, Brittany, but I agree. When you came in, she said, that's like the most white guy shirt I've ever seen.
Guys, I kind of like this
I thought
shirt.
it was great.
I kind of like it. You know what,
I
Tom?
actually think it's great. And you ironed it.
I did, yeah, we'll say that.
You did not iron it, you liar.
I can tell by the
It's
back
got
of it.
creases, though. We put the creases in.
You gotta turn. Here,
I took it off
here,
the hanger,
here.
I put it on, and we walked out the door.
Turn around.
It's
Did we-
cute.
Oh, see,
there you go.
This
You
is
gotta
why I
look
come to
at
this
that
show.
one.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's-
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
No.
I think you look-
Uncle Tommy took it.
there
I can't
we
call myself Uncle Tommy to you, though.
No.
No, it is a weird.
That's a weird one.
It's
Not
too
great.
weird.
So on my dad's side, like my dad, my grandpa, they're like all Tom branches, and so they don't obviously call him like Uncle Tom.
Yeah, that's
and
not
so but I'm like, it's always weird when like a black guy is named Tom because I'm like,
Thomas. You got to go with
yeah,
Thomas.
you got to go Thomas, or you just got to have some nickname that's not
Timmy.
even close to related. Yeah.
Oh, why wouldn't it Uncle Tim? Why does it have to be Uncle Tom? Uncle Tim's Cabin. That'd be good.
You want them to change that name,
That's
you
where
not
it
change
came
yours.
from. That's where Uncle Tom came
I know,
from.
but like,
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
I'm just saying that like it would be easier to change your name, but no, you want to change like the literature.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And does Tim even do Thomases go by Tim?
No, it's Timothy.
No.
Yeah.
Timothy.
See?
Yeah.
So
What is
Get
the
away from me.
Thomas?
Yes.
What is the
Yes, ma'am.
weirdest nickname that a Thomas can have?
Asshole.
Is it?
Yeah, probably.
I didn't know if there was
Or
like.
maybe that's just me. I don't know.
You know how like all of us
Like Richard and
like
Dick type of
Margaret
thing?
is Peg, yeah, Richard Dick. Like I didn't know if there was some weird other option besides Tom.
Tom, Tommy. Everybody calls me Tommy anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think. I've never heard one.
Yeah.
Uncle Tom. That's
I've
not.
never.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
bad
think
one.
you get all the obvious ones, but
But
it always.
one thing I do love was in little kids, little baby kids, when they just start talking, my name becomes Nom.
Oh.
Nom. It's like get the T part.
I think I've ruined Go-Go because every time we see a dog, I go woof woof, and now she won't say any. When she sees a dog, she just goes going. Woof.
That's very cute, though.
It's so cute.
That's very, very sweet and very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like when I was a little kid, we would drive, go on road trips driving through Wisconsin or something, and I'd see cows, and I would always moo at them from the car because my mom
yeah.
did it once, and she's like, I hated taking you anywhere.
That's so cute.
Was that Gindon who had all the cows in the field, and as soon as the car went by, they all stood up and started smoking cigarettes?
Oh, yeah.
Remember
what was
that?
that?
It was fun. I think it was Gindon. I think.
Cows are a wild thing because if they even knew how we all were so excited to see them in the car, I feel like they would be pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, I love that stuff. We got to take a break here. Be right back and wrap things up right after this. Tevin Pittman in studio with us, of course, ladies and gentlemen. So if you've been following my progress on MinnesotaFatLoss.com, I've lost right at 27 pounds. And you can too with MNFatLoss.com. Summer special, $200 off. Now only through July 30th. I'm going into my maintenance phase. Actually, I'm coming out of my maintenance phase. They miswrote that. I am going to be jump back on because I want to lose about another 25 pounds, something like that, which would be the lowest I've been in a long, long time. I'm going into that phase starting, as a matter of fact, next Monday. I can't recommend this program any higher. Of course, any fat loss program is going to take some effort. But honestly, with MNFatLoss.com, secret to fat loss, this program was way easier than I expected it to be. The maintenance program allows me to add back in some of the foods I love and still maintain my weight loss. You'll absolutely be able to lose weight like I've done and save $200 with their summer special. $200 off now through July 30th. If you want to find out the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks, just like I'm doing, it's about a pound of fat every day, by the way. You know that. No exercise required. To schedule your free consultation, go to mnfatloss.com. That is mnfatloss.com. Results may vary. Be sure to tell the team at mnfatloss.com that Tom Barnard sent you.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
This is Bob Sansevier, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialke from Bialke Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialke Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com.
We are back, so what's up? What's the latest?
Yeah, what's the latest?
I'm
Tevin?
boycotting Taste of insert whatever city you want to go to. I'm not going to any more of them. I've been to 2, have not eaten a single thing.
What?
Went to the Taste of Chicago last summer. And so it was whatever. We got there like 3 hours before it was going to be over. Stood in line, took for like the people that were in the front of the line were like, oh yeah, we stood in here for like an hour and a half. And we're like, we're not doing that. Nope. So we left. Didn't even get in the door. Nope. Taste of Minnesota, which was literally in my backyard. Like, I couldn't take my dog outside because we got the stage where everybody's performing. Yep. Go in, took like 15 minutes to get in, got a drink. My girlfriend wanted to go to this, like, egg roll food truck. We stood in that line for, like, 45 minutes. She gets to the front, whatever. I go to another line, stood there for another 45 minutes, get to the front. The guy comes out and slaps a big out-of-food sign on it.
No.
And there's probably, like, 3 hours before this thing's supposed to close. And so slaps a big no food on it. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, go to the next line, get to the front, out of food. Walk to like 3 different ones. Like, there was a Soul Bowl. And I was like, I love Soul Bowl. Like, I'm just hungry at this point. I'm just going to go to that line. Get there, the ladies, as I'm walking up, yelling out, like, no more food.
Oh, my God.
It got to the point where, we just went home. I was like, I can't do this. But it was very successful. Like, there was tons of people. Like, they just needed to quadruple the number of food trucks. But, yeah, I'm boycotting the Taste of any city.
Tom, do you remember? Okay, so the Taste of Minnesota used to be on that island. What is it?
Harriet
Island, I believe.
Harriet Island, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, because we used to do KQ promotions there, and it used to be, it was free. You would just go, and you'd buy food. It was kind of like the food truck festival that they have. But then all of a sudden they changed their whole game plan where they say you have to buy tickets to go in, but then you're going to get a certain amount of fake money that you can use at the event.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, this
and
was...
it just killed it. Like, it just, all of a sudden, Taste of Minnesota just wasn't what it used to be because there was that one barrier. And it's funny because I'm sure people spent more money when they, didn't have these designated tickets, but people hated that idea.
Yeah. No, it's a free event, or at least it was this past year. And you go in, it's downtown. It was awesome. There's music, everything. But yeah, the lines were extremely long because it was. I mean, there were a ton of people, and they didn't have enough vendors to kind of to serve everybody.
It's funny because I actually went to the Taste of Chicago as well. We were visiting Allie. And me and my husband and Allie were like, okay, we divided and we each got in a line. It was not even that fun because, like you said, there wasn't enough food per thing. So the lines were insane.
Yep.
And it was like, you kind of wait in line and then you go, I guess we'll get this. And then you find yourself buying a bunch because you're like, well, yeah, that's taste ofs for you or not.
No, but if the committee wants to have me on board, I got some ideas. We can make this much better and I can get food. And that's all I'm trying to do.
How will we do this? You and I will sponsor the Taste of Browerville.
There we go.
Browerville, Minnesota.
Nice.
300 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole town has 300 people in it, so that'd work.
That would work.
It's just some old Dutch potato chips and topped tater. Come on by. We're out. Sorry, everybody.
We got nothing.
There's nothing more depressing when you wait in one of those really long lines and get the food and it's just not that good.
Yeah.
That happened to me at a brewery the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was expensive. It was like $15 for like a pulled pork sandwich and chips, which is insane. Okay, like that to me is insane pricing. But here we are, and it was just okay.
Let me run this by Tevin. We read a story this morning about a new burger they're serving in Thailand, Burger King.
Okay.
A new burger. It's the burger bun and 20 slices of American cheese, but no burger.
So it's a grilled cheese sandwich.
Only it's got 20 slices of cheese in it.
That's too much cheese for one.
I would have to agree.
That's the hot take.
I hope nobody's eating it. I would love to see the research that they did that said this is something we need to have. I guess technically it's a cheeseburger.
Okay, how about this? No, it's no burger.
Well, no, but I'm saying
they
is
called it a
literally
cheeseburger.
Cheese.
Though.
It's just a cheese sandwich.
How much did it cost?
Oh, I have no idea.
$11.
No.
Right?
I'm sorry.
No.
And they were saying too,
That's
they were
so
like,
much cheese.
in the ad, it looks melty, but that they watched a YouTube star eat it, and it just looked like hard.
Oh no, that's because essentially that's like just a block of like American cheese that you go to the store and get, and now you're just eating that between two slices of bread. Absolutely not.
Man, but a grilled cheese right now, ooh, would be.
Can I ask you guys a question? Mm-hmm. American cheese to me, and it's just to me, tastes like plastic. I mean, it has this plasticky taste to it.
Yeah, it's not like a flavorful cheese. Like, it's not my go-to cheese.
No, I think you got to go with like
Gouda
or Havarti
Gouda.
on a grilled cheese. If you do both, game over. I feel like I like a white American cheese.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be white?
Because I don't know why.
They don't make black American cheese.
Yet. Okay, Tevin, yes.
Smart ass. That's all I have to say to you.
Yeah, no. Growing up, you thought like Kraft singles were amazing. Velveeta. You got like no.
There is a special place in my heart when I see the plastic because I just thought that was so good. My aunt had those. Like we had the big block cheese because we couldn't afford like the singles.
Yep.
Right.
And when we'd go to her house and you rip it, and you're right, it tastes just like plastic. But there was something about it where it's like.
Yep.
Nostalgic.
Oh, there's a lot of foods like that you're like, oh, growing up, like this was amazing. Like I had Hamburger Helper like a year ago, and I was like, this is garbage. I don't know how I even grew up on this.
Like, it's very sugary.
Yeah.
I still, honestly, God, I think I've told you guys this before, but I did all the voiceover for 30 some years, and my kids would be, oh, that's Dad on TV again. That's great. They got all excited. They were so proud of me and all excited when I did the voice for Monsters, Inc. Kraft Cheese.
Macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yes. Oh,
when it was Monsters, Inc., all of a sudden, oh, Dad, you're a star.
Dad, you've made it.
Look
you're living in this beautiful home with horses and like a ranch, but the Kraft mac and cheese is what really has got you on the board.
That's it.
And they told their friends about that, I'm sure, you're eating that macaroni and cheese? You know who that voice is? That's my dad.
That's my dad.
Kraft mac and cheese, baby.
Oh,
Monsters, Inc.
Do you know what still tastes good that like you go back and you're going to think maybe it doesn't? ramen noodles, like the in
Really?
the case, are still. I still think that tastes really good.
I've never had them. I've never had ramen noodles in my life.
On me.
Because you didn't go to college, did you?
One day.
One day. So you were never a broke college kid that had to survive on how many different ways can we cook gourmet dinners on ramen noodles? That was.
You could get like 3 packs for $1.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty good. No, did they taste noodly?
I still think they're good. They're like very high in sodium, so you're pretty much eating salt.
It's okay.
You
gotta add, like, you don't just make just the noodles in the packet. Like, you gotta put like egg
Frank's
or,
Red Hot.
Red Hot in there. Yeah,
You're not buying into this, are you?
No, I'm trying to be on board with Brittany's. I love ramen noodles.
We used to make one, and this is probably inappropriate, but like I used to call it spaghetto. So it was like spaghetti but ghetto. And I would take the ramen noodles.
I like that.
I'd take the ramen noodles with like marinara and like mix things in it.
Gosh, what is wrong with you?
I was broke.
Did you put hot dogs in there too?
And drunk.
Broke and drunk. Very good. Very
Thriving.
nice. No question about it. Yeah, I've never. Should I just try ramen noodles just for the experience?
I would
no,
bring
at
it
this
in.
point, no.
No.
How about the ones in the
it's not.
cup with the dried corn?
Oh, like the cup one, whatever. Where you, and aren't those you're not supposed to put it in the microwave, but everybody did?
Everybody does because it's styrofoam, but you still do. You put.
Ooh, that's rolling the dice because that melts, doesn't it?
I don't think you. I think the thing is you're supposed to take the whole container out, but I would always boil water and put it in to a line, and even then they're like, don't do that in styrofoam. Don't like this whole thing is not edible. It's only 25 cents. How dare you eat this?
But no, you're not missing much on ramen noodles. They're not terrible, but it's not you'll just
that
eat it and
big
be
a deal.
like, yeah.
I don't know. My favorite was always taking some white bread and then putting it on a George Foreman grill and then spreading a little bit of refried beans on there because it's all we had, and then putting another piece of bread on top and then closing that George Foreman grill and pressing it down hard so you got the little burn lines in it. It was like gourmet. You'd pull that little lid up and you're like, oh, look at this thing. It's amazing. Eat that at 2:30 in the morning with half a case of Pabst in you.
There you go.
Like the stuff that you ate in college or as a kid. Like I remember, it was must have been a sophomore year of college. One of my roommates, John Crockett, NFL player, like all this good stuff in his life. Great guy. But he's cooking a steak in our kitchen, and he's got a jar of caramel sauce sitting next to him.
What?
And I'm like, I walk in, I kind of like look, and I was like, okay, it must just be just sitting there. Like he's not using that. And I see him drizzle some on there. And I was like, hey man, like, what are you doing? And he's like, what are you, an idiot? He's like, I'm caramelizing this steak.
I don't think that's what they meant.
It's like that's not how.
Well, was it good? Like
I had a bite and it tastes like you put caramel sauce on a steak. It's not good. But yeah, I just remember him like just looking at me like
the
I was.
recipe called me for me to caramelize
he's like,
it.
You are an idiot.
That's rough.
You caramelize the steak, Tevin. Like, and I was like, that's just do your thing, but that's not how that works.
That's not how that. Don't do that on a date. Please don't.
So ramen. So would you consider that to be a poor people food?
Yeah, I don't think you're like.
That version of it is, I think.
That version of
Yeah, then there's like high-end ramen.
Yeah.
You go to
really?
a place. Yeah, there's like so many great ramen places. On University, there's amazing ramen places, and that's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like with like the egg in it and all the stuff. Oh.
Yeah, if you go to a ramen restaurant, then 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But if you just go to like Target, Walmart, whatever, and get like the little packet of it, it's not.
Is pho considered ramen, or is that like a whole different category?
You should never say the word pho and consider together again.
Pho, consider pho.
Hey, you did a good job
I'm
with
not
that.
bleeping that out, by the way. We're keeping that.
Exactly.
If they're not the same, they're at least adjacent.
Okay.
All right, that's going to do it for another damn show. Oh, Tevin, Josh Arnold's coming in today, so you can make more money.
Perfect. We've got some things we're going to talk about. We're millionaires today.
Thanks, Scott. We'll talk to you tomorrow.